Hello, everybody. Today is Wednesday, December 17th, 2025, and we are back for another episode of Bricks and Beyond, a creator showcase series. Just a quick heads up, I will be off the next 2 weeks, so you can catch me back here Thursday, January the 8th. That will be the first episode of 2026, so look forward to seeing everybody then. Just another reminder for those of you that may be joining for the very first time, Bricks and Beyond is a showcase series that highlights members of our wonderful Lego community. Each episode of the series will give you a personalized look into the person behind the social media account. Tonight's guest is one I'm excited for all my guests. I'm not going to lie, but this guy, he really helped me out in a big way earlier this year, and we're going to get into that a little bit later. But he's coming in from across the pond. So yes, he did nap a little bit today. Over in Birmingham. I know I'm going to get annihilated for how I pronounce that. But he is an AFOL. He is an engaging live streamer and just an overall amazing person, not only in the Lego community, but just overall a wonderful person. On Instagram and YouTube and Twitch, I'll have him correct me here, but for sure on YouTube and Instagram, he does go by madlib2023. But I am here to introduce him simply as Martin. There he is in the flesh.
Hey.
I forgot about the fan. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, you got to get those fan clacks in.
Woo! So, I'm not going to lie. I got a fan this past summer, and I never told you about it. And I started practicing, and guess what happened? It broke.
Yeah, you need these heavy duty like drag queen fan things.
So I got it for free, and it was plastic, and I'm like, how does he do this? And I'm like trying to whip it open there, and then it just cracked. So that was that. Yeah, that's exactly what it did. So. Before we get going, I just want everybody to know, and I'm not going to sing, but Martin's birthday is coming up this Saturday. So I'd like to wish you a happy birthday in advance, and I will on the day as well. But I got to ask, is there Lego on the birthday wish list?
Yes.
Yes. Surprise.
Yeah, always.
So okay, so we're gonna start off with this because this is a hot topic in your world, I'm assuming. So your birthday, so what's today? The 17th, so 20th?
20th, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So birthday's December 20th. Christmas is December 25th. How does that work? Is there double presents or do we combine gifts?
Really depends on the cost of the gift.
Okay.
So
that's fair.
Yeah. So what's always happened with me is if it's an expensive gift, it gets put together.
Okay.
And then I get one huge gift, or most of the time, majority of the time, I'll get two. So it is it is separate.
Okay. All right. Now, is that how it was growing up as well?
Yeah. Most of the time it was. But also, my mom was actually very fair with me that if there was a gift that I wanted, which was more of a summertime gift, like a bike or some roller skates or something, or like a skateboard or something like that, growing up, then my mom would actually get that me in the summer and just say that's your main birthday present. So when it gets to your birthday, just expect small things. So
that's fair. I mean, because who wants a bike when it's 10 degrees outside?
You get a bike, you can't use it for 4 months, you're like, oh great.
By that time you've outgrown it, depending on your age. You get those growth spurts and everything. So that's a nice, because I know that's a hot topic for people when they have the birthday by Christmas or on Christmas. And I guess if you're on Christmas, that's really hard to decipher. Do you get double or not?
I think the one thing I will say about having your birthday so close to Christmas is it's hard to have a birthday party at this time of year.
Oh, true.
Because of all the Christmas parties and things that go on. So that's the one thing where I probably never had a proper big birthday party.
Okay. Okay. So basically what you're saying is we need to plan a giant, massive birthday party for you in like July, so that you can
that's it. You have like Christmas in July. Well, I have Martin's birthday in July.
I was going to ask you that. Do you guys do anything in the UK for Christmas in July?
We don't. It's not really a thing so much over here. I think a couple of people have maybe started to pick it up, but it's not something that's particularly big in the UK. No.
Interesting. Okay. Now, I'm just curious because you are a big Christmas guy as well. So I've been told that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if you've seen the extent that people in the US decorate, but is the decorating in the UK, is it like, I don't want to say is it not popular, but is it as big of a thing as it is made to be maybe over here?
Not as big.
Okay.
There are some people who do put stuff out. Like my mom's one of them. She'll put stuff on the front garden, but she has a very kind of fenced in, gated in front area, and
Yeah.
she's at the end
Okay.
of like a cul-de-sac
Oh,
or a
nice.
yeah. So she'll put stuff out on the front. She's had like those kind of wireframe Santa Claus sleigh with the reindeer
Yep.
things on the front lawn kind of thing.
Okay.
And she always puts lights up all over the front of the house and all around the gates
Nice.
at the front. And then she'll put lights out the back as well. And so that
Okay.
her house is pretty much, draining the energy from the rest of the street for that, for that month. Yeah, we put decorations up in here. We mainly stick it to the living room because we're
Yeah.
only in a
Okay.
small flat, so we'll keep it in the living room. But we have a very nice big tree, and Carl
Okay.
takes pride in decorating that every year. So
Yeah, nice. Okay. Now, are blow-ups a big thing in the UK? Because over here, people's front yards are just like there's some
yeah,
that the front yards are just covered in the blow-ups.
I've seen some. I have seen a few, but again, it's not as big. So I
Okay.
have seen a few. I have seen some. Yeah, they'll have them again. It'll be like a front yard kind of thing, or where you've got that kind of little bit of a slope roof over the front of your door.
Yeah. Okay.
That's sometimes be put on there, So
Okay. All
yeah,
right.
so sometimes not as much, but yeah, it
Okay.
it, it differs as you go down. You'll see like no decoration, and then suddenly you'll just have one house that's like whoa,
Just yeah. That's well, it's not.
So,
I mean, I don't know. I'm a big Christmas lights guy. So I mean,
yeah.
like here, it's literally almost every house. And so like I
Hmm.
will drive around and I'll joke and I'll just be like, okay, I'll do my critiques and then I'll get to the house with no lights and I'll be like Grinch. So and like I don't care if it's I don't care if it's like tradition or whatever
Yeah.
whatever the reason is. You're just a Grinch. So so all right. So the birthday's coming up this weekend.
Mhm.
Do you have any big plans that you know of?
No, I think the Friday is after work. We're going for a few drinks with work
Okay.
people. That's like a work thing. I won't be out too late because then I've got
Okay.
to come back. I've got London calling that Friday as well, and then
Yep.
Saturday is my birthday. So I'll be honestly, we just tend to spend it in relaxing, chilling out.
That's nice.
Um, I get treated like a queen as I should be any day. So yeah, and then
Yeah,
yeah,
that's fair.
so
Yep,
yeah, so I
that's
just
fair.
get to I just get to like honestly, I'm really happy. I'm very much a homebody, so I'm very happy
Yeah.
to be at home with Carl and Cosmo, and we'll put on a good movie, have a
Yep.
good meal, and just relax. Just
I'm I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. It
Mhm,
is funny how the older you get, how that stuff actually becomes. I don't want to say better, but to me,
mhm.
it does. Like just staying in and relaxing is just so much better
Yeah, yeah. I think
than the old days.
yeah, gone are the days of going out and being out till
Yeah.
2, 3 in the morning and
Yeah.
coming back
Yep.
and being like, "Where'd my weekend go?" Like
Well, I mean, it still does. Like, I still don't know where the weekends go, even when you
yeah,
do just sit around. I mean, especially when you're building or watching a movie. I mean, the time just kind of flies by. So,
yeah.
so what do you guys have planned for Christmas? Anything exciting?
Well, went to see the family. Technically, my yesterday, your today. So we
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
went to see the family and exchanged the gifts today.
Okay.
Um, so did that. Carl has. I think we've seen Carl's nan, so we probably
Okay.
still got to see Carl's mom, um, and exchange gifts there. And then actually on the day, it's very much a case of just us in the house again.
Okay.
Um, I'll be getting up, putting this stuff in the oven. I'll start the cooking, and
Nice.
then when Carl gets up, we'll then go in the living room, exchange gifts. Obviously, Cosmo gets first, like his
Oh, of
gifts are
course.
first.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So his gifts are first, then we'll exchange gifts, and then we'll sit down to eat, and
Okay.
then we'll basically be so full that we won't want to do anything for the rest of the day. So, yeah. So then it's Christmas movies for the rest of the day, and just
Oh, that's perfect.
just waiting for room for the ice cream to come through. Like
Oh,
yeah,
isn't it funny how there's always room for ice cream though?
there's
Like no matter
always
how
room
much
for
you eat, there's always room for
Mhm.
ice cream. Now,
Yeah,
do you have any special traditions as far as like what you guys have for your meal? Is it the same thing or do you switch it up?
it's always turkey. We always have a
Okay.
turkey.
Okay.
So, typically, because there's only the 2 of us, we get, like, a turkey crown,
Okay.
which has got the bacon on and the stuffing,
Ooh, okay.
yeah, and we've actually decided this year to kind of pull back a bit because normally we'll do, like, so many trimmings with it, but
Sure.
I was like, "Well, then for the next, like, week, we're just eating
Yeah.
all Christmas dinner." So it's like, "Right, we'll cut back a little bit, we'll bring it back a little bit and make it a little less full so I don't have to do, like,
Okay.
so many shifts in the kitchen with the
I
oven and stuff,
Yeah.
and then we'll tone it down a little bit so that it's just one meal, and if there's a little bit left over, that can be picked up the next day, but
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah. So,
I know you guys don't have Thanksgiving, but over
mhm.
here with our leftover Thanksgiving stuff, I like to do a casserole where you
Ah, yeah.
mix like the turkey and the stuff,
Mhm.
and you just kind of put it all in, mash it together, bake it, and then you have your own
Ah,
little concoction, I guess you can say. But
yeah,
it's a good way rather than eating like the same meal over again. You can kind of like
yeah.
add rice or whatever and make it
We
different. So
do
it's
we do something it's something similar, where you put it all in the pan and you can add extra gravy to it and stuff, and
yeah.
you put it all up and you stir it all in
Oh
it. We
yeah.
call it bubble and squeak. So you
Oh
put
okay.
yeah, it's so you put all the bits, all the veg, all the bits of the
Yeah.
meat and everything, all goes into one big pan, add extra gravy to it, stir it all up,
That's
and then
perfect.
just it comes out as a basically it's a slop, but it's bubble and squeak.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's your follow-up meal. So
No, that makes me laugh too because I've known some people over the years where I'm sure you've seen people's Thanksgiving plates and you guys might do it at Christmas too, but you have like all this stuff just piled on your plate. And
Mhm.
I've known people where it's like, well, the turkey can't touch the mashed potatoes or it can't
Yeah.
touch. I'm just like, man, just pile that stuff on,
Yeah.
pour the gravy or shove it in your mouth and you're done.
That's
So
it, yeah. Yeah, it don't matter how it goes in, it all comes out the same way, that's what I'm
that's
saying.
that the man speaks truths here. So yeah, all right. So then New Year's, is that something you
Mhm.
guys like to celebrate or is it just another day
Yeah,
for you guys?
we stay up, we watch there's always a New Year's show.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong, again, in younger years, we'd go out, we'd be on the town, and we'd be in the clubs and stuff until the bell rings and out till again for another couple of hours.
Okay.
Um, but again, as we've gotten older, we've decided to stay in more. We'll watch the TV show. There's always
Okay.
a pre-midnight show. Then they show all the fireworks that are going off in London, the big
Yep.
fireworks show that they have in London,
Yep.
around the London Eye and everything. And there's music based around that. They always have an artist performing as well.
Yep.
So
Okay.
we watch that show. Plus, where we are in the city, both out the front and the back of the apartment, we'll be able to see actual fireworks going off,
Oh,
which
nice. Okay.
is great. It's great before, but now we got a little dog, and
Oh,
he doesn't like fireworks. So,
okay.
but that whole time we're just holding him, going, "It's
Yeah.
okay, it's okay." So yeah.
Do they have those what do they call it? Thunder shirts? Do they have those? It's like a
Oh,
compression jacket
we
or
have.
shirt.
I mean, Cosmo's got a whole wardrobe, so we put him in
Fair.
his wardrobe. We'll be like, we'll find something. He's actually got a full on like little space jumper
Oh,
that he's got
nice.
like because of his name. So he's got all this like space stuff on it, and it's like
Okay.
yeah, we'll put him on that, and then yeah, and as I say, we just look after him and stuff, and
Yeah.
yeah, make sure he's okay. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sure you've thought about this, but Lego spaceman torso outfit for Cosmo.
Oh, now
Just
that's
saying.
nice.
Just
That's
saying
nice.
that could be
Yeah,
pretty cool. That could be
I
cool.
can, yeah.
So, and then
Mm.
to help with the fireworks, a little helmet, and then he went.
Yeah. Oh, if I could get it over the fluff of his head. He's such a
Oh,
fluffy
that's
head.
true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just go a size up, and then it went.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, my dog Cooper, he did not have any issues with fireworks. It was
Mhm,
crazy because I was always worried about that when people said that
mhm.
about the fireworks, and then he literally would just lay there and that was that. So
Yeah. Yeah,
definitely got
we've had
lucky with that.
in my family with my mom, we've had dogs. Some of them don't like them. Some of them
Mhm.
don't care. Cosmo, its loud sounds really get to him,
Okay. Yep.
I think, so, yeah, so he does get a bit excitable and,
Oh yeah. Now,
yeah,
how
doesn't
old
know
is
where to
Cosmo?
get himself. He's 3.
3. Okay, so still a
Yeah,
puppy. So
yeah, he's only little, and he's only this big, so
yeah, well, Yeah, but those little ones, man, they can
Yeah.
pack a punch. So
Yeah. Yeah. Even if he's slightly angry with us and he starts, like, if I tell him off because he's done something a little naughty and I'm like, you've been naughty, and he'll start growling at me and I just pick him up and go, right, who are you talking to? And he just goes,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, with
He's
the arms are
yeah.
frozen out. Yeah,
Yeah, like, what? He's just like,
you
okay,
know,
I've been told. Yeah.
I will stand by this till the end of time. We do not deserve dogs. I mean, literally, we
Yeah.
don't deserve them. I mean, amazing, amazing animals. So.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously, we're both in the Lego world here, but before we get into some Lego chat, I want people to get to know you as a person. So we're gonna go back a few years here and really try to rack your brain here with some of these things I want to talk about with you here. So, as I mentioned in your intro, I'm just gonna have you say it for me so I can make sure I
Yeah.
pronounce it right. It's Birmingham.
Birmingham. Yes.
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I see HAM on the end, so I go
Yeah.
Birmingham.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Everyone does it. Birmingham. Like, yeah. No, I'm not in that. I'm not in the, what's it? Birmingham, Alabama. No, it's not that
Yeah,
one.
no.
It's
Well,
Birmingham.
I
Birmingham,
should
UK.
I should have known that because my granddad, really odd last name. His last name was Oldham, Oldham,
Yes.
but he would always get called Old Ham. So
Yeah, you're like, that's really attractive. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Old ham. Like,
so I guess I should have put two and two
yes.
together that it's not Birmingham, it's Birmingham.
Yeah.
So Birmingham
Oldham.
City.
Birmingham.
So that is where you are, that general area there. Now, are you born and raised there, or did you move into the area?
Yeah, so I'm born slightly west of here
Okay.
in an area called Dudley.
Oh, okay.
And it has a lot of history to it. It's this area of the UK is where the Industrial Revolution was pretty much started.
Okay.
So yeah, the what's referred to as the Black Country, which is the West Midlands, parts
Yeah.
of West Midlands, in the UK. That's where I'm from. That's where I was born and raised.
Okay.
Live there, in that area until I was in my late teens, and
Okay.
then I went to London for about 6-7 years because I went to go there for university.
Oh, wow.
And then came back. I came back. It was about 14, 15 years back.
Okay.
I came back up here. 2010 is when I moved back to this
Okay.
area. But the Black Country. It's mostly called that because there were so many coal mines and things around that area that there was this layer of black soot on everything.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So from all the factories and everything, there was this layer of black soot all over the entire area, and that's why it's referred to as the Black Country.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there's a lot of history in the area. So,
and I'm assuming it is no longer that way.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. We've moved out of that whole kind of process. There's still a lot of industry here. There's still a lot of what we refer to as industrial estates.
Yep.
There's a lot of large areas with big factories and things going on, but obviously they're not producing so much smog and soot as they used to back in the day. So so it's still an industrial center of the UK, but yeah, it's obviously it's a bit tidier, a bit cleaner.
Yeah.
The environmentalist would have a thing to say.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because so I'm from Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania, and we're known as the Steel City. And we used to do all the steel manufacturing. And so when you look at the old pictures of Pittsburgh, you can't see anything because it's just the heavy smoke that just is everywhere. So it's two different things, but very similar. So and then like now where all the steel mills used to be, that's all knocked down, and now it's computer businesses and all this kind of stuff. And it's just like, I mean, it's good to have that shift in society and whatnot, but in the same, you kind of miss how the old days used to be. But not that I grew up in that, but the simpler times, I guess you can say. So all right, so where you are now, if you were having people, friends, family, whatever, coming to visit you, do you have any particular places that are places of interest that you would always take people to or recommend people to go see?
Well, we have a Lego store in the city center.
Top of the list.
So I'm very lucky in the fact that a lot of people, particularly in America, like over on your side of the pond, when people
Yep.
go, "Oh, I go to the Lego store, it takes 4 hours." I'm like, "What? 4 hours?" I'm like, "I walk 20 minutes. I walk
Oh,
20
you
minutes
walk 20 minutes. Oh, wow.
to the
Okay.
Lego store. It's
Okay.
over there." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." So yeah, so we have a Lego store. We also have a Lego Discovery Center,
Oh, I
and there's
love
only
those.
about
Yep.
3 in the country.
Okay.
So yeah, there's one at like Legoland Windsor, and there's one in Manchester, and there's one here in Birmingham.
Okay.
So that's something slightly different, not
Yep.
massively, but there is sometimes some differences between the Lego store and the Discovery Center. For
Yep.
example, they sell polybags, which you don't really normally find in the Lego stores here.
No.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so we have that as well. But then otherwise, yeah, like the Birmingham city centre, there's plenty to see and do. Plenty of places to eat and drink,
Okay.
and socialize and stuff. So yeah, so it's a good city to be in
Okay.
for social aspects and stuff. And like right now, we've got the Frankfurt Christmas market
Oh,
up in
nice.
the middle of town, so you can go up and enjoy your like glühwein and
Sure.
your hot toddies and stuff out on the
Okay. Yeah.
street,
Yeah.
and have your foot long bratwurst and stuff.
Okay.
So,
That's my kind of festival.
yeah. Yeah.
Now, the so the primary way to get around, would you say it is walking? Everything's pretty much in walking distance then?
Yeah, I have a car and I do
Okay.
use it, but I don't use it very much.
Yeah.
So for me, I typically walk to works. Work again is pretty convenient. It's about 25-minute walk
Okay.
in a different direction. Um, I go into town a lot for what I need, and everything's pretty much right there. Yeah, so I mostly use a car to go visit family, or
Okay.
to go if we're going to go somewhere out for like the weekend or for the day or something. We'll travel in the car, and obviously to
Okay.
go to other like kind of Lego conventions and stuff. So
Now,
yeah.
I would say that's actually that. Thank you for bringing that. That was something I was thinking of when you were talking. So, there was the in the Black Country. That's where there was the Lego convention there.
Yes, yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
month was that again?
That is in April.
Okay.
So
Now,
yeah,
is that a big convention there?
not the biggest.
Okay.
The biggest is Bricktastic in Manchester,
Yeah.
but it's
Okay.
very comfortable. It's very nicely done. So a lot of people who I know now, and I've met in person a few times, when they come up this way and they come to this one, um, it's held in almost like a school hall kind of thing.
Okay.
It's like a canteen area, and then they've got some rooms off the side and stuff where they got some other bits. So it's not huge, but again, they're very well looked after, and I think
Okay.
that's mostly to do with the fact that they're just well fed.
Yeah.
They have people in who literally just cater, and there's
Okay.
like this woman there who does these cakes and things. And when I
Ooh.
say they do like a door wedge size piece of cake, it's like massive chunk of cake, and it's like
That's
a
what I
few
like.
pound, and you're like,
Yeah.
so yeah,
That
yeah, I think it's really comfortable. It's nice. It's cozy. It's not massive, so you're not going to be like
okay.
overwhelmed. So if you're
Sure.
new to brick conventions, something smaller like that could probably be an easier way in rather than jumping
A
in the
nice
deep end.
transition.
You're going straight to like Bricktastic, which is just huge. So,
Yeah. Okay. Now, Bricktastic, so that's obviously coming up here in February.
yeah.
And that's in Manchester.
Hmm.
Now, you've been to both of those events?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I've been to both, yeah.
what would you say, just comparing the two, like what benefits could you see? Like if somebody was trying to decide which one they wanted to come to, obviously you said, is it your first convention or not? Maybe that would
Yeah.
persuade you to go one or the other. What other factors would you say would really play a part in deciding between the two, if you had to pick between the two?
Okay. Well, the other thing is if you're international,
Mhm.
because the bigger convention, particularly this year, I've seen in the Discord for it that we've got a lot of more international interest this year.
Okay.
So there's a lot more people coming across from other places, from mainland Europe, US, Australia.
Okay.
A lot of the big places. There's a lot more people coming over to that one. So you get more of an international crowd at Bricktastic, being the biggest one in the UK.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
so there is that. So you'll get more chance to meet people from further afield, which is always nice because we have a massive Lego community that's global, and at your local smaller shows, you know, you'll get the local lugs and the local
Yeah.
people. But then at this one, which is the more of the global show, I suppose, for us in the UK, you know, you get to then meet the people who, if they can only come to one, this will be the one that they will aim to get to. Also, there's more likelihood that they'll be accepted if they want to do showings, displaying and stuff, because there's just more space for them. So yeah, so it is the one to go to. If you only have to go to one, I would recommend the bigger one.
Yeah.
If it is your first, it can be a little bit overwhelming because there is so much to see, and you will need probably both days to be able to get a good look at everything.
Sure.
Plus, there's also there's a whole bunch of there's not a massive amount of retailers. That's one thing they're not going to push on you because they're run by Fairy Bricks, which is a charity. So yeah, they have select retailers. So they'll have like Minifigs Me, which I'm sure you guys have heard of. They do some minifigs, and they have a shop owner from I think it's Staffordshire. He's called Bricks and Bits. He's the bigger shop, and he'll have a whole area of sets. Some retired, some still on the shelf, but they'll have pretty good prices. So yeah, sometimes discounted and stuff. And yeah,
nice.
So, they'll have some retailers, and they also have a vintage retailer. Excuse me, a vintage retailer as well, who sells proper 1970s, 60s, 70s, 80s.
That's probably a pricey shop.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Not only is it vintage, but it's retail.
Yeah, so it's like a bit more than retail.
I should. Let me rephrase. I should say modern day retail, not original retail price. So,
I mean, I'd love to walk up and be like, "Can I get 2 shillings, please, for one of them?" But yeah.
Oh boy, yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna one of the popular phrases we have, side quest here. The cake, you threw me a bone here with the cake, so I got to ask you, birthday cake, is that a thing, or are you a birthday cake guy, or do you have some other treat that you like to celebrate with?
I do like cake. I don't have it very often. I do like cake. I'm very much I like the coffee cake and the tiramisu. Ooh. So yeah. Sponge cake I think is boring. So Victoria sponge, I'm like, boring. You know, but yeah, I've had cakes. It's not every year, but yeah, I mean, I do have a bit of a sweet tooth sometimes. But honestly, when it comes to treats, I'm also very much a savory snacker. So you know, very very typical British person. I love crisps.
Which I would say, for those who don't know, they are chips.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, Martin, you're gonna get me riled up here.
Yeah. So yeah, I can devour. You know, you have these like share bags. I'm like, they're not for sharing. No. They're for me.
Yeah. I was gonna say, because we have like the regular bag, then they have like the family size bag, and I think there might be one other one. And so I'm looking, I'm just like, I'm my own family right here. I'm going to devour that bag. So, so I'm going to throw one at you here because I am learning about your culture of food and whatnot. There is a cake that I really want to try. And it's probably nowhere what you're thinking about. It is a chocolate cake of a creature, otherwise known as Colin the Caterpillar. I've seen the Colin the Caterpillar chocolate cake, and he's got his Santa hat on right now. And I'm very interested because he looks like what we have over here. Have you heard of Little Debbie's, the brand Little Debbie treat cakes?
I've heard of it. I've not seen them, so I actually don't know what they actually look like.
Okay, so Little Debbie's just the brand, and they have. Do you know the white Christmas tree cakes? Have you seen those before? I don't have any down here, but Little Debbie makes those. But they have a Swiss roll. So it's just a chocolate roll with the vanilla or white, whatever you icing inside of it. And I'm pretty sure that's what those Colin cakes are, aren't they? Just chocolate cake with icing in it?
Yeah, they're they could be a Swiss roll or something. Yeah, so it is, and then it's just got icing wrapped around the top. To make it green, and they put little icing legs and little antenna and stuff like that. So it's basically a Swiss roll just dressed up. for
So
kids.
in your opinion, scale from 1 to
Mhm.
10, what are you gonna rate a Colin cake?
Colin the Caterpillar, I mean, it's a good cake. They're generally really nice. So yeah, I'm gonna give that a 9 out of 10 because yeah,
Wow. Okay. Okay. All right.
yeah,
Now you got my interest. You know, I'm just gonna toss out a couple other things that you hear now that I'm thinking about because I've been learning a lot from you guys. Okay, so I love seafood.
mhm.
Nando's. Do you have a Nando's by you? Is
Okay,
that
yeah, yeah, Nando's, yeah. We have
okay?
Nando's.
So fish and French fries,
Okay, yeah.
fish and chips, as you would
Fish and
say.
chips, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
um, are they a quality fish in your opinion, or are you not? First of all, do you eat? Are you a fish
Oh, yeah,
seafood
yeah,
eater?
yeah,
Okay.
we
So is
well,
Nando's a quality fish?
Nando's is chicken.
Oh,
Nando's is
why was
piri
I
piri
thinking
chicken.
fish?
No.
Why was I thinking fish? Okay, chicken. So
So
excuse me.
yeah, so
Okay.
Nando's is piri piri chicken. So you
Why was I
have,
thinking fish?
yeah, they do chicken either on the bone or as like, a breast, butterfly breast, steak,
Okay. Okay, you
and
got me there. Okay.
yeah. So Nando's, it's basically it's supposed to be like Portuguese chicken. It's
Okay.
not because in Portugal they don't have it. So
Okay.
it's a British. I think it's a British invention. I don't know. Yeah, so it's Nando's, and what they do is you can select your spice level on what you have.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so you can have like a really mild one, which is just like I think it's like lemon and herb or something.
Okay.
Um, or then you can go up the piri piri scale of how spicy you want it. You can have a mild, a
Okay.
spicy, an extra hot, triple X, and then
Jeez.
they'll cook
Okay.
it with that kind of marinade, and
Okay.
then yeah. So that's I think
Interesting.
that's what Nando's is known for, is that you can
I don't
get
know
the
why I
spice
was
level
thinking
to match you.
fish.
Yeah,
Why I
but
was
fish and
thinking
chip
fish
shops
there.
all over the place. You can get
Yeah.
fish and chip shops everywhere. So
Okay. So do you have a preferred so do you guys have and let's exclude like McDonald's and that kind
mm.
of stuff. Are there places that are considered like a chain like McDonald's, like for a fish and chips shop? Like, are there chains like that, or are they all kind of like what we call
There
mom and
are.
pops, where they're just
There's one, and it's named after the chef. I think his name is like I think it's something like Ray Stevens or something. Hang on, I need to double
okay?
check this. But yeah, if you go to like coastal towns, there's
Mhm.
a chain, and it like I say it's this big name, and they always people always say, oh, it's the one you go to. It's where the posh
Okay.
people will go, like because
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
it's a named
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yep.
But actually, what you'll find is if you just go to the local
Yeah.
shops, there's a lot of fish and chip shops, and they're not chains. They're just local shops. They're
Yep.
spot like
Yep.
different names for different places. Um, in fact, there's one in this area called the Tasty Place, which I think is nice. Place
Okay.
PLAICE, like the fish.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Ah, look at that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's actually really nice in this area.
Okay.
But there's only about two or three of those,
Okay.
and it's just around this area. But yeah, there are ones in coastal towns, the most touristy coastal towns. There's this chain that goes round. Oh, and there's another chain called Harry Ramsden's as well. They
Okay.
do
I've not
fish
heard
and
that.
chips, and then they also do other kind of staple British foods.
Okay.
Um, and I'd say they're okay, but like a lot of chain food places,
Mhm.
sometimes it's questionable on the
Yeah.
quality. Some places
Yeah.
are great. Some places they don't keep up the standard because it's
Okay.
probably franchise or something.
Yep.
So yeah, but um, yeah, I think if you go to like a coastal town in the UK, you should just ask the local people and find out. Be like, yo, where's the best place to go for
Okay.
fish and chips? And they will tell you because I'll have the freshest, like
Yeah. Yeah.
off
Yeah.
the boat kind of fish and stuff, and they'll have
Yep.
special on the board and everything. But
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, if you ever go to a coastal area, just yeah, ask the locals and they'll tell
Okay.
you.
Yeah,
Quite
it's funny because when we go, to the beach for vacation, there's so many people. Like, I always try to search for the restaurants that are one of a kind. When
Mhm.
you travel places just to experience them, and I can't believe some of the times like when you go places and people are standing out the door to go to a chain restaurant. I'm just like, really? Like that's
Yeah,
like, that's on vacation, you're gonna go to like, why don't you try the local? I mean, I'm not knocking what people do, but it's funny how people will stand in line at a chain,
yeah,
when there are so many local places to try, but I don't know, maybe it's nerves, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, when we travel, when we have been abroad, I mean, we haven't been abroad since before COVID now, but when we do travel, because we've been to Spain and the
Mhm.
Canary Islands and stuff over here, and then we will just go out like once or twice. I'll look at a place to find out where they are and stuff,
Yeah.
but otherwise we will just start walking, and then when we see a place we like, we'll have a look. So, oh, that
Yep.
vibe, we get the vibe from that. We'll go in there and we'll just
Okay.
try it, And for us, that's been some of the best experiences
Oh,
because
for sure.
it's not booked, it's not planned. You just walk in, have a look at the menu, and you just pick right then and there. And
Yeah.
or you ask the
Yep.
waiter and say, "Oh, what's good for somebody who likes this or likes that,"
Yeah.
and they'll give you the recommendations. But yeah, so
Yeah, I will definitely say I have learned not to trust Google reviews anymore either.
yeah,
Because some of the highest rated restaurants are the most awful things I've ever been to in my life. And then the dives, the ones that are like 2.2, and you go in like
yeah,
I mean, that was the greatest meal. I don't know what I ate, but it was
yeah.
good. So
I mean, like I don't know about over in the States, but I mean stuff like Uber Eats and Just Eat and things like here where you can
yep.
order online. Um, I actually trust those ratings more than I trust with Google
Okay.
because
Yeah.
yeah, but I've there's like places I've ordered. As I say, there's plenty of places to eat here, but I've ordered from somewhere where I physically don't know, I haven't seen it,
Okay.
but I've ordered online because I was like, oh, that's got a good rating, and I get the food, and it's great. I actually
Yeah.
spoke to this about somebody at work the other day, but then when I have driven past that area and I've seen where the food comes from, and I've seen the
Yeah.
front of it, and I've gone, wow, that looks a bit run down. But they must be great in the kitchen because the food is top notch, Like
Uh,
it's not a place I would walk into,
yeah.
but from the street side, it's not got a lot of appeal. But their kitchen are working it, like
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
So yeah,
We have a joke that over here. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear it. My dehumidifier kicked on. Sorry about that. So we have a joke over here that and again, this is no knock to anybody's culture, so please nobody take it as such. But a lot of our Chinese buffets
hmm
are right next to a pet shop, and there are multiple reports from many people that they wonder what the food actually is. And so when you have them right next to each other, it's like
yeah.
but the way I look at it is like you said, if it tastes good,
hmm
I don't care where it came from. So as long as
yeah,
I don't get sick, I don't really care. So
exactly.
all right. So growing up, did you have well, not just growing up, but in your life, do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I've got two brothers and two sisters, and I'm the
Okay.
second out of the fifth, second out of the five. So
Okay. So you took over, so with the age gap of the
mhm.
siblings, did you have a older brother slash parent mentality, or were you just the brother mentality?
No, I did have, yeah, I had the older brother um parental kind of mentality. I was always
Okay.
very responsible. It's one of the things growing up. I've always been very kind of studious in and responsible and you know um I don't know why. It
Yeah.
just is. It's part of me. I don't know. So it is. So there was definitely points growing up where, say, my mom had like a part-time job, but it was
Okay.
in what they call the twilight
Okay.
time. So it's between, say, like 4 or 5 till like 9 or 10. So it's at
Okay.
like those hours between the night shift and the day shift kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
So she'd sometimes have that. And when I was older, when I was about 13, 14, um, those mid-teen years, um, my mom would sometimes leave me to look after. I'd be babysitting basically my younger brothers and
Okay.
sisters, and make sure the dinner's ready and stuff, and
Yeah, sure.
getting them off to bed on time and stuff like that. To which my sister, who's after me, she's only about 3 years younger than I am.
Okay.
She would always argue. She would wait till the last second to be like bedtime. She's like, "No, it's not bedtime yet." I'm like, "It is. It'll take you 20 seconds to get up them freaking stairs. Now get to bed."
That's good.
So yeah, so that was kind of a responsible thing I used to do, and and it's something I actually pride myself on is that yeah, my mom can rely on me for stuff, or
Yeah,
more so back in the day. She doesn't need
sure.
to now, but yeah, but when there was stuff like work things or stuff going on, that she'd be like, "Oh, can you do this? Can you do that?" And
Okay.
particularly as well when I got to like college, because college
Okay.
wasn't an everyday thing. I didn't have to go in every single day. There was like mornings where I'd have free or a whole day free, and then my mom would be like, "Oh, can you do this? Can you sort that out?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll sort that. I'll do that." And it's like, I don't know. There's also a thing about chores. I always got my chores done. Always did that kind of stuff. I actually think that my mom used to be a lot harder on the older kids. So used to be a lot more strict with us than my youngest brother and sister. They were just like allowed to run riot. And I was like, and I used to say to him, like, we used to have to do all the washing up, all the dusting, all the hoovering. They don't do nothing. You know, I was like, so, but in one respect, that really did put in a good work ethic.
Oh, for sure.
That's always carried through from school into adult life. I've always had a very strong work ethic to get stuff. Anything that I'm responsible for will be done. And will be done on time. So
I mean, it's in my opinion, it's a good feeling to have that mentality, because then you always feel accomplished rather than things just, sitting around, or like I know I procrastinate. I have all this. That's the one thing about Lego. It's just, it seems like you never can keep up with it. And so like I'm always like, oh, I got to sort this, I got to sort that, and that is one thing that's
covering his backlog. What's this? It's fine.
You know what?
Don't look.
You know what? It's not even, the backlog is nice and sorted. The boxes are nice and sorted. It's the parts that just lay around everywhere. It's like, I don't know where to put them, And that's the problem. Like when you try to have like an organization of parts, it's like you seriously can't organize everything because there's just too many types. So they sit places. So all right. So then when you were younger, what were some of your interests or hobbies that you had? Now let's exclude Lego for the moment. So other than Lego, what were some of your interests and hobbies?
I've always been a fan of film. I was one of these kids. If you put the TV on, like even from a very young age, if you put the TV on and put me in front of it, I won't move. I will sit there and just at the TV,
absorbing all the knowledge just coming.
So and it's like, my mom said to me, one of my favorite films as a young kid was Flash Gordon. I sit there and watch Flash Gordon. And I mean, it's also weird, like growing up in the 80s and stuff. Like my mom used to put on like horror films, what you consider horror films now. And I'm like 4 years old watching like Freddy Krueger, slashing.
Well, that explains things now.
I'm like, okay, but it is funny because when you think about Jaws is a PG, like it's parental guidance, and I was like, and I'm there like a toddler watching this shark rip people apart, and it's like so but I used to watch a lot of TV. I still do. I still watch a lot of TV, and pop culture and stuff is very heavily influenced by me. I love a lot of pop culture stuff. So so TV and movies, TV shows, animation. I to this day and all throughout my life, I've always enjoyed animation. I've never thought animation is only for kids, much like the toys we play with. They're not just for kids. So and that doesn't just span to like Disney and stuff. That's to like anime and a lot of the Japanese culture that's come across probably from the late 90s into 2000s. We've had a lot of like Pokemon and everything that came across from America, from Japan and stuff. And so a lot of anime stuff I love and will watch a lot of as well.
So I'm going to ask you this, because this is something I've been seeing a decent amount of posts on over the past few months. Since you're a big film watcher, what is your opinion on CGI at this point? Because a lot of the things I'm seeing now is, why was CGI so good? AKA Davy Jones in Pirates of the Caribbean, which you could not tell that, I mean, it was that good. And now in these movies, I mean, it just, some of these things you see, it looks awful. Like it almost looks as bad as the old Godzilla movies where you could see the strings. I mean, it's just like, it's just like, so what do you think about that?
I think part of that is to do with trying to get stuff rushed out. I think that is definitely a thing where they are rushing productions and stuff. They're rushing things to get them done. And I don't know about, because I don't know in detail about the CGI or the animation, computer animation companies, but it might be that maybe they're relying on a bit too much of the AI filler
Okay.
maybe coming
Yeah.
into it nowadays, where they can
Yep.
just like give it something and it'll then do something, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, that looks good enough. And I
Yeah.
don't like that
Enough. Yeah.
mentality. Yeah, that's good enough. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's never the right mentality to have. Like, it needs to
No.
be perfect. And
Yeah.
back in the day, they used to have to literally model everything by hand,
Yeah. Yeah.
creating these 3D renders and everything, and then literally move it and animate it
Yep.
as like an old animator would, or a stop
Yep.
motion animation person would, and make sure that every frame is perfect before moving on to the next one. So I think that that's maybe where they've dropped, and I also think there's just too
I
much
agree.
reliance on it as well.
I
Honestly,
agree.
I think there's this. Maybe things are being rushed because there's just too much work for them.
Yeah.
You know, why film everything on a green screen stage? Like,
Yeah.
I think people like Dave Filoni and the guy who did Iron Man, John
Down.
Favreau.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I think
Yep.
those guys with like Mandalorian and stuff. Yeah, they've got the screen stage which
Mhm.
they use, but they also rely quite heavily on physical props,
Yeah.
and that's what I think works better when you
Yeah.
get
I
that
agree.
mix of physical with hints of CGI to help if need be.
I agree.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I guess that's part of that's how the world is now. Like everybody wants instant gratification.
yeah,
Everybody wants, the next sequel to come out. Now, granted, I'm not gonna lie, like when you watch a movie and it says, the sequel will be out in 3 to 4 years, like, yeah, you get bummed.
yeah,
But I'd rather see a perfect movie or as close to perfect as possible
yeah.
rather than see something rushed because I do think that kind of stuff does kind of break the immersion
Mhm.
factor. Like again, just Pirates of the Caribbean, like seeing Davy Jones, like you seriously feel like you are watching a man octopus
Yeah.
talk
Yeah,
on the screen. Like he just
yeah.
looks real. And then now, like some of the, I hate to pick on Marvel, but Marvel's popping stuff out,
Mhm.
every other month, and it's like you can tell the quality is just not there.
Yeah.
Um, and it's crazy because they have the budget to
Mhm.
have quality, but I guess even with a budget, you can still rush, and
Yeah.
then that changes things.
Well, I
So
think I was about to say, like, one of the things, if you look back at it, like the Iron Man film, the
yeah,
original one,
yep,
is so good, and
yes,
that suit of armor, because he actually physically wore
oh yeah,
majority he actually had gauntlets. He didn't have this bit here,
okay,
that was a bit like CGI here, but he had, like, a physical chest piece,
okay,
and there was times where he actually had a helmet on, and he had, like, the hand pieces
oh
and
yeah,
the forearm pieces, um, physically on him, Robert Downey Jr.,
yep,
and then you watch some of the later ones, and they're just in these gray
yeah,
onesies
yeah,
with,
yep,
like,
yeah,
crosses and dots all over them, and you're like,
yep.
yeah, and I think, yeah, go back to more physical stuff. I think the physical stuff works better. You know,
So that also then makes me question then, so if it took like, if it takes all this budget to make all this stuff,
mhm.
and then you've reduced that, why does it feel like the movies are getting even more expensive to make? Like, are the electronics that much more expensive? And if so, then why don't you go back to the physical props and
Yeah.
maybe you'll
I
save a couple bucks?
I know CGI is expensive. CGI
Makes
is
sense.
expensive,
Yeah.
and and yeah, physical props, they have an expense, but at least they're reusable.
Oh yeah.
Make and um, I don't know. I do think like watching even like stuff like the recent Alien
Mhm.
TV show, they went back to physical a bit more
Okay.
than what they some other people did. And then you watch things like that Godzilla -1 that came out of
Oh, I heard that was
Japan.
good. Yeah.
That is so good. That does not rely. That is not nearly as heavily. There is obviously
Okay.
CGI, there is computer
Yeah.
animation, but it's not as heavily relied upon as some of these massive Hollywood blockbusters. And yet that movie made so much money. I
That's
mean,
right.
their
Yeah.
budget was a lot less than
Yeah.
what you'd get like the Godzilla US movie.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. Gotcha. Right.
but
Yeah.
but they've made so much money, and it's because one thing is that people are going back to loving the old style cinema. You know, you can't beat old style. I can't beat
Oh yeah.
like as people know, one of my favorite things is Goonies. You cannot
Oh
beat
yeah.
Goonies.
Yeah.
There's like no CGI in that film.
Yeah.
It's just freaking amazing because it was
Yeah.
all practical and they actually did stuff, and and it's great, and I love that, and I think they should push that more. Like,
Oh, I agree.
make the sets, make the scenery.
Yep.
Don't get everyone just stuck behind the screen creating something, because I just
Yeah.
think it loses the tactile realness of the whole setting and everything, and and people playing to green screen and playing to tennis
Mhm.
balls instead of actual characters and stuff. Yeah, you're
Yep.
gonna lose that feeling of being in something
Oh,
that
for
you get
sure.
from practical effects. And yeah, I think it's a big discussion that Hollywood and in just film in general need to look at, and stop relying on computers to solve your problems all the time. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I
give
mean,
I mean, there's a whole industry of practical effects people out there,
oh yeah.
costume makers, and you know, uh, uh, physical makeup artists, and
Yep.
these stop motion animation creatures and everything, like puppetry and all that stuff, that
Oh
they are
yeah.
so good at their jobs, and yet they're being done out of it because somebody's sitting behind a
The computer.
computer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and not knocking
I,
the CGI artists, they
no.
work hard,
No.
but
No. Yeah.
yeah,
No. No.
they
I
need
mean,
it needs to be a balance rather than just we'll
yeah.
fix it in post, we'll fix it in
I agree.
post, we'll fix it in post. It's like, ugh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
I agree. That's no, I was just gonna say I still remember the day I learned that the old Godzilla movies where it was a guy in a suit and
yeah,
they built the city as a
yes,
prop.
yeah,
And then the guy in the suit, I mean, that blows my mind. I mean,
yeah,
you can't, for the most part, you can't tell
yeah,
what you're looking at.
hmm,
And it's just crazy that they could do that with, I mean, the time it must have taken to do stuff like that. Granted, yeah, it probably is much easier to do something. Well, not maybe not easier, but less time consuming to make it on a computer.
hmm,
Um, but like you said, even with like the props, that's another source of income, because if you're done with that prop, raffle it off, auction it off,
yeah,
sell it.
yeah,
You can do those things. So
hmm,
um, I think you definitely do have more of an advantage doing it that way, and plus the end product,
yeah,
looks better. So
yeah.
um, now has that TV and movie watching, has that, or I guess we'll call that industry, the pop culture industry, has that reflected upon your adult years in any capacity?
Um, it made me. As I said, I was very academic at school and very kind of responsible. So I was doing very well in your basic science, maths
Mhm.
type of stuff. Always have done. Always had that kind of logical brain
Yeah,
thing. Um, but then the creative side of me always craved the TV and the film and the that kind of stuff.
yeah,
So
okay,
at one point during school, I we basically were going to do a musical. We had this brand
okay,
new theater built at my school. It was like partially funded by the National Lottery and all that stuff, and so we got selected to have this arts and sports
okay,
venue built on the school. And one of the first things they wanted to do was put on a show, and I thought, oh well, I'll try out.
sure,
Basically, I'll audition. Why not?
yeah,
And then
yeah,
so I auditioned, and I got one of the not a leading role, but one of the main cast
okay,
roles
nice.
in it. I can't sing, so I wasn't a singer. It was
Yeah,
a main cast who doesn't sing. I was like, yes, okay. um, so I did that, and then that kind of got me a bug for drama and
okay,
theatre and performance, and that's why then I kind of shifted in just concentrating on maths and science as like my main goal
okay,
going forward into more of a dramatic kind of stuff.
sure,
And when I went to college, I studied maths and biology and chemistry, and also did theatre and performance
okay,
as a subject as well. Um, and then after that, went into university. I then went actually on to go do a drama and theatre performance degree.
oh
So
wow, okay,
yeah, so I
all
went to
right,
university to go study drama and performance. But in university, I got more invested in the props and the lighting and the stage work,
okay,
as opposed to being on stage. I still acted and I still
sure,
directed and I still did stuff like that because everyone gets part of that to do. But I mainly focused on lighting, staging, and yeah, all the behind the scenes stuff.
okay.
Um,
Now,
so
do you feel like from when you were little and sitting there watching the things that you did, you could honestly be one of those people that says it was not mindless TV movie watching. It actually spawned, or made me want to go do something with this, and then you pursued that.
Yeah.
And that's, I think there's always one thing that's bothered me is people just assume that just because you're sitting watching TV or movies is that you're not getting anything from it. I think it's the complete opposite. You get a lot from just watching TV and movies,
Yeah.
be it from the actual acting or, like you said, with the props, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think that really can make your mind work in a way to see, well, maybe I would be interested in, some form of aspect of film or TV.
Yeah, well, definitely. Like another classic film I love to watch on repeat was Clash of the Titans.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You know, um, that was amazing with Harry Hamlin.
I haven't seen that in a long time. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
that
Okay.
has stop motion animation. It's got Maggie Smith in it
Yep.
as Hera. It's a brilliant classic film, but that also very much played into and gave me inspiration to really like mythology.
Okay.
So I do like Greek myth, and that's probably one of the reasons why is because of that film. I
Sure.
remember seeing that film as a young kid, and then after watching that stuff like Jason and the Argonauts, and
Oh my
these old
gosh.
school
Jeez.
old
Yeah.
school films, which then inspire me to then go and start having an interest in Greek mythology and
Uh-huh.
stuff. And then I start, looking into like the 12 Olympian gods and all the old
Okay.
stories of heroes and stuff like that. And, Homer's Iliad and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think, yeah, it can spark interest in certain areas. I mean, people who watch Jurassic Park are now paleontologists, they're actual
Yeah.
paleontologists because they
Yeah.
watched Jurassic Park as a kid
Yeah.
and dinosaurs inspired them,
Yeah.
and I think that's very much something that's actually very valid because you can hone in on people's interest by
Oh, for
seeing
sure.
what they want to watch. I'm not saying like but people who want to become gangsters and now we're watching like Godfather and stuff. It might have been.
I mean, had to get the ideas from somewhere.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, mess with my family. So but yeah, so things definitely inspired by film, which later on I then looked into more depth. But theater and performance and TV, yeah, it's just film and TV definitely sparked it as a kid.
Okay.
And then being able to actually put on a performance and having that live audience reaction, as I say, when I was at school for doing that musical and stuff, that very much sparked something inside me that went, this is a really fun thing to do. Like,
Yeah,
this
sure.
is enjoyable. And
Sure.
then I went on to do more theatre and stuff. And I've done a lot of amateur theatre
Okay.
in my younger years. We've done a lot of Shakespeare because
Oh, nice.
basically you don't have to pay to perform Shakespeare,
Okay.
basically. So you'll
Okay.
find a lot of like amateur companies will put on a Shakespeare play because there's no licenses with it, basically.
Okay.
So it's so old that it's basically free reign. As long as nobody else in that area is putting on exactly the same play, you can put on the
I did
play.
not know that. Huh.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something in the UK where 2 plays cannot be performed in the same area.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you don't have that competition.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a law. So you have to.
Oh, it's a law.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Oh.
It's a entertainment law thing here, where
Interesting.
if you're putting on a live action performance of something, you have to apply for, particularly like more modern plays, you have to apply for a license for it, and there is a paid fee for that. But then if somebody else is putting that on in the same area, you can't put it on at the same time.
Okay.
So yeah, you have to
Interesting.
change the dates or whatever. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so we put on a lot of Shakespeare. So I've done Hamlet, Macbeth, Merchant of Venice.
Okay.
There's a whole lot. What's that one? Midsummer Night's Dream. That was a fun one because I played King Oberon in that one.
Oh, nice.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So
yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, that's really cool.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Live action performance, always fun. And I think that's now obviously led into kind of more of what I'm doing now, which is like and stuff. So yeah,
we're gonna get into that because I need to pick your brain on some things there. So real quick here, with the live action, I'm just curious. Are you a Stranger Things fan?
Yes.
Okay, so I need to ask you this. So, what is your thoughts here on how we have this Broadway play that gives some backstory that not everybody in the world can just say, I'm going to go to Broadway and watch this show. Is that something that you think, and I don't want to use the word fair because life is not
Mhm.
fair.
Yeah.
But is that something that you're like, are you okay with stuff like that where they have a show that technically does directly tie into something that not everybody can see? Or do you feel like they should have made an opportunity for everybody to watch it, either like a recorded Broadway show or
Mhm.
some other capacity?
For the exclusivity of the show and being fair to the people who create that show on Broadway, I would say um, it needs to be on Broadway and only on Broadway for the
Okay.
time being.
Yeah.
So, because if otherwise, where would be the point in? Because the other thing you got to remember is to put on a show on Broadway, it's not cheap as well.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Phew.
so they need to recoup their costs
Yeah.
for even doing that in the first
Sure.
place. So I'd say keep it exclusive to there first. If
Okay.
later on they want to do a filmed stage performance and then release it on Netflix, or even made it a paid release on Netflix for somebody to then you pay to see that performance.
Yeah.
That way they can recoup some sort of costs that way as well, maybe. I
Okay.
don't know. But as long as it doesn't, as long as it's not something that's absolutely 100% necessary to the
Yeah.
last series, that you are that something's going to happen and you're going to be like, why did that happen?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, then it's fine because it could just be like a lot of people, like anyone who's watching Star Wars who's never watched Clone Wars,
Mhm.
you know, stuff like that. They're only interested in the films, not interested in TV shows. Anyone who's watching, going to watch, I mean, anyone's going to watch a Mandalorian film should have watched TV shows, but
Yeah.
um,
Fair.
because that kind of is the
Yeah. Yeah.
TV show ending, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So things like that, like if there's extra story, but it doesn't have a direct effect on the main um, media,
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be a problem. Um,
Okay.
but obviously, what's going to be good about it is if it does tour or then comes across, say, to over here to come on the West End and go across everywhere, and then after you finish season 5, you'll have something else to look forward to, and you can go
True.
back and be like,
Yeah.
oh, let's go see this, and yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Cursed Child up on the West End for Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I know the story. You can buy the scripts and read them.
Okay.
So you can read the story. Everyone can have access to it because they've released the scripts as books as well. So you can read through them if you wish.
Interesting.
Um,
Okay.
so yeah. But that doesn't have a knock-on effect for Harry Potter. And there are even people who argue whether or not it's canon or
Oh,
not.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So this stage show could be something similar where people might argue whether or not it's full canon or
Yeah.
you know
Okay.
something.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, I thought it was one of those things because there was like such a big gap. Like I get what you're saying because I had this conversation last week with Zach on that was on with me.
Mhm,
And he was, same boat saying like it's a nice thing to have after the fact because it makes you want more. I
mhm,
almost thought it could have been something that would have been nice maybe in the lead up,
mhm.
like getting you hyped for season 5. Like they could have
Yeah,
released it, I don't know, last at the end of last year or something like that. And then that way it's like, here's this Broadway play because it's the past.
yeah,
So here's this play. And if you see it, well, now you're getting a little glimpse of what is going to be taught. And maybe the ending spoils something. I don't know. I have not looked into the play because I don't want to take a chance of of it
yeah, yeah,
actually ruining something. But that was where my brain went, was that maybe could have been something cool that people would have traveled because they're
yeah.
craving this for so long.
Mhm.
Now that'll hold them over to the show and then the
Yes.
show's there. But then
Yeah,
I see
yeah,
what you're saying. When the show's over, then it's done. There's nothing
yeah.
left. So
I mean, yeah, it could have. Yeah, timing could have been something they could have looked at, and as you say, they could have led it as a between
mhm.
season,
Yeah.
taster
Yeah.
of something else. But yeah, but then again, I mean, depending on how long the show is going to run for, because I'll have a contract for how long the show is going to
Yeah.
run for.
I look into that.
So it might be that even if they did release it, say middle of last year or something, that it would have had a 2 to 3 year run
Yeah.
minimum, and
Yeah.
then it would have overrun this anyway. So,
Yeah. Would have made a
um,
difference.
so yeah, so it does depend on the the show itself and the theater. But like I say, as long as it doesn't take away anything from
Mhm.
being able to watch this final series and have a conclusion that you're, well, whether it's going to have a conclusion that we're happy with or not, I don't know. But yeah, but you know, as long as it doesn't take away from what we're going to be seeing from the TV show,
Okay.
and all it's going to do is add a little extra spice to it when you do see
Yeah,
it
yeah.
afterwards, then I'm
Yep.
fine with that.
Okay. All right. So one more thing with Stranger Things. So I'm just curious if you have
Yeah.
if you have any thoughts here. So obviously I'm trying not to read the things, but you can't help but sometimes you come across like people's ideas of what
Mhm.
the show is about. Now I won't go into it, but have you dove into anything like that, like people's theories on the show at all? Have you looked into any of that?
I haven't, and part of me doesn't want to. I want to
Yeah.
see what they want to present first.
Okay.
Um, you know, because we've watched it. I mean, Carl, it's something that Carl and I will watch together. We're very happy to. There's a few things that we do watch. We both enjoy, and this is one of them.
Sure.
So you know, I had to wait about 3 weeks before he was actually up to date.
Okay.
Because he wanted to go back and watch everything
Yeah.
beforehand.
Yeah.
He's watched
Yeah.
season
Yep.
1 to 4 again,
Yep.
before we watched season 5. So there was already little bits of things starting to seep through in social media about what's happened in the first 4 episodes, and I was going, "Nope, nope, nope, nope,
Yeah.
don't look, don't look, don't look." So, yeah, if I'm excited about something, I like to just be in the moment when I watch it
Yeah.
and be like,
Okay.
"Oh," or like,
Okay.
"Oh my god, what's happening?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
So,
I get you. I won't mention it to you because I don't want to, in case it is something that's true. And I mean I don't think it is, but there's just something I read that is a very, and I can say it to you after the show's over
mhm.
to see if it is come true, because the idea that was presented, now my brain is like, huh, interesting.
Yeah,
So yeah, we'll leave it at that. I'll mention it to you when the show's over, and then
no
we'll
worries.
we'll find out if it was a good theory or not. So
Yeah, yeah.
all right. So as far as you and your siblings growing
Mhm.
up, now did you guys, were they in the same realm of TV and movies, or did you have anything that you guys enjoyed doing together?
Um, well, we grew up in the time where your mom kicked you out of the house and you were
Yeah.
outdoors until the lights come on and you have to run back into the house. So, um, yeah, so me and my middle sister,
Okay.
there's 3 years between us. There's 2 years between me and my older brother. Me and my older brother fought like cats and dogs. Like
Okay.
we did not get along.
Yeah.
Um, but me and my sister, we got along really well.
Okay.
So we would actually like play together a lot, and then we'd go out in the street and stuff and play in the street with the
Yeah.
similar friends, like, and because we were, we all have like school friends, and school friends have brothers and sisters. So I had a friend and they had a brother or sister the same age as my sister, so
Okay.
there'd be like small groups of kids all out on the street together and stuff. And then there was a bit more of a gap between my sister and then my younger brother and sister,
Okay.
so a bit more of an age gap. So they were more like the kids that personally I'd have to look after a bit
Yeah.
more
Yeah. Yeah.
as and
Yeah.
when I need to. So it wasn't as much that we still played and stuff. And whenever they got stuff for Christmas, like if ever my sister got one of these like doll houses that need to be put together at Christmas, it was, Martin, can you make that please? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So I had people on building it, putting it together for her. This like
So that's where you learned how to do stickers
yeah.
on your Lego
Oh my god.
sets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. So much stuff I've had to put together. And even
Uh,
even even as a teenager, like, when you used to get like the flat pack furniture, it was like,
yeah.
come and do this. Oh, okay, all right. So, yeah. So yeah, so following instructions to build stuff, I'm a pro at.
Yeah.
Like I've been doing
Yeah.
that for
Yes.
years. But yeah. So yeah, so there was certain things that we did together. But there was a lot of stuff that I was interested in that never translated across. So as I say,
Sure.
like being quite academic and stuff, and being interested in like Greek myth and history and stuff like that, and stuff didn't ever really kind of come across. But there was definitely times where we'd watch stuff, like we'd watch family films together, and
Mhm.
Snow White at Christmas was always a big film
Okay.
for us. Gremlins was always a big film
Yeah.
to watch together. Also because my mom really enjoyed them as well.
Okay.
So yeah, there was definitely family times where of an evening we'd sit down. Um, And there was like certain evenings as well, like weekend evenings, where you'd have like the game shows on like a Saturday evening,
Oh,
and
sure.
that was like family time and stuff. And yeah, which doesn't seem to happen, I don't think, as much now because you've got everything available all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I think that's, as with, like I said, with the instant gratification, that's another thing that just gets taken away is you had those old family moments where, like I was telling, Bryce the other day, I said, do you know when daddy was little, I
hmm
would watch just say Power Rangers. Power Rangers would come out,
yeah,
and then the next episode it would say to be continued, and you'd have to wait that entire week to get
yeah,
to the next week for that episode. And then, like, by the time, you would learn the schedules, but
hmm
you would go to the TV guide and be like, oh, geez,
yes,
when's Power Rangers? Like, I got to find Power Rangers. And then if you miss it, you're done. I mean, it
yeah,
comes on at like 2 in the morning. And it's like, well,
yeah.
I'm not allowed to be up at 2 in the morning. So,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah. We had the same thing. We had certain times, certain things like Saturday morning cartoons was
yeah.
definitely something. After
Yep.
school cartoons was
Yep.
something we used to have. But once those finished, because I was around say between 3 and 5 or something, the cartoons for after school. Once those finish, there's no more children's TV. It's
Yeah.
all like news and
Yeah.
regular TV shows, and you're like, oh, this is boring. I'm gonna go play in the street and go on your bike and
Yeah,
you know
exactly. Yep.
and go do stuff with your friends and stuff. And yeah, and yeah, and calling up your friends to arrange to meet up as well from the home, being
Yeah.
like, right, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there at 5 o'clock. You're gonna be there, and then yeah,
Yep.
you'd go there and you'd have your watch on your hand. And that was it. If you didn't turn up at 5 o'clock, you'd be waiting there for 5-10 minutes. Going, where is he? Where are they? Yeah, you could be
You
waiting
also,
for like half an hour, and then somebody comes up and goes, "Why are you so late?" And yeah,
yeah.
because there's none of this calling and texting. Like, where are you? Where you
No.
at? Like, yeah.
Nope. Nope.
So,
And you also you had to call the landline
mhm.
at the person's, and you actually had to interact with parents sometimes. Like,
Yes,
hey, is Joey there? Can I talk to him?
yeah,
Or yeah,
yeah.
it's like, and these kids, like, it's just everything's so direct now.
Mhm.
And I think that's where a lot of the trouble comes from is you miss that intermediate of the parent, and like they always just have the direct access to whoever and whatever they want at all times. So
Yeah, and if you live
um
close friends, like knocking on the door,
yeah.
and some parents were scary, and you'd be like, "I don't
Oh
wanna
yeah.
knock on the door." If you're
Yeah.
with another friend, you'd be like, "You knock on the door." "I
Yeah.
don't wanna
Yeah.
knock on the door." "You knock on the door." "No, the mom's scary." "Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't wanna knock on the door." The minute she opens the door, "What?" And you're like,
Yeah.
"Ah! Can John come out to play, please?"
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I mean, it's the truth. Yeah, it's things, there's so much stuff. And I know it's every generation, but for us, like there's so much stuff from us growing up that these kids nowadays, they will never,
Yeah.
never understand the struggles. And granted, there's things we don't understand what people
Mhm.
went through, but things as simple as the dial-up internet,
Yes.
no no self or no internet on the cell phones.
Yeah.
um, if you were on the computer, you couldn't use the phone. I mean, it's just like,
Yes. Yeah, I had that a few times. You get this like dial tone as phone rings
yeah,
and
yeah.
something just goes down the phone. You're like, get off the internet! Somebody's trying to call. They put the phone down.
Do
Like, yeah,
do you remember that? If you did pick up the phone and you heard that, you could still
yeah,
talk, but
yeah,
you couldn't. You could hear it on the computer noise there, and that
yeah,
always it was so creepy.
yeah.
So
It was just weird. Yeah, I
yeah.
remember all that stuff. Yeah,
Oh, it's so good. I mean, yeah, I don't know. We were just actually talking about that at my Lego club tonight. We were talking about the TV shows. I
mhm,
don't even know what kids watch now because, like, the shows we had growing up in the 80s, 90s, like, they were wholesome, like, family shows. And I went back and I watched, I don't know if you've seen Boy Meets World,
oh
I'm
yeah, yeah.
assuming.
I've seen
Yeah.
Boy as well. Yeah,
I went back and watched Boy Meets World. The stuff that they say in that show, you could not say that now. I mean, they are direct. They tell you
mhm,
how it is.
yeah,
There's no sugarcoating stuff, and it's like,
yeah,
that's reality, and it's
yeah,
crazy, like, how real these shows were. And
yeah.
at the time, as a kid, you didn't realize, but as an adult now, it's like, wow, they were
Mhm.
digging in and pulling at your heartstrings.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could look back at some of these shows, and then you get the ones which are aimed at like young teens, and they tackle things like eating disorders
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
that, and it's like,
Yep.
wow, like
Yeah.
like, they
Yeah.
were very very educational when you think about it.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. And the stuff now, I mean, I Bryce doesn't watch. I mean, we watch Lego Dreams, but I don't think that gives you too much reality content. So
No, good show though. Everyone go watch it.
it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Have you finished the season yet? Is that season 3? Have you finished that?
Yeah, I finished. Yeah, I'm up to date. So I'm waiting
Okay.
for this the next season, which is
Okay.
linked to the new wave that's going to come out.
And I
So,
think that's the last, if I'm not mistaken.
potentially,
I'm gonna be so
maybe.
disappointed if that's the last. I love Dreams is just
Mm-hmm.
see,
Yeah.
you know, this is what really kills me is you have something like that, and maybe I'm just biased. I think it's a great show, and I don't watch much TV, and so
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like if I think that's a good show, then it should stay on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. Like I hate to call a community wide out, but I'm kind of disappointed in the Lego community because I feel like they didn't embrace the originality of the
Mm-hmm.
show because you don't really see many people talking about it. And I
Mm.
feel like, again, I know it's adults trying to watch a cartoon. I get it. People don't have time, but I wish there would have been more support for it because maybe it could have continued on. And again, maybe it will.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at the Lego sets, I mean, look at the colors, look at the
Yeah.
innovative
Yeah.
building techniques. You can do 2-in-1s, 3-in-1s. I mean, the minifigures are incredible.
Yeah.
It's
Minifigures are
just it's a
awesome.
great series, TV
Yeah.
and builds.
I mean, yeah, and I know we're stepping into Lego right now, but like this
Yeah,
is
well, we're gonna float. We're floating in there anyway. So
Dreams is definitely one of the themes I'm championing. Like I've
okay.
bought every set, I bought every
Oh, nice.
polybag.
Okay.
I have the last wave of 5 sets, and I have the new wave of 5 sets to pick up, and that's it. And
Okay.
I made a choice when they first come out, the first wave. I was torn between doing the new city space stuff that was coming
Okay.
out, whether I was going to choose to follow that and pick all those up because they
Yep.
were kind of it was a little bit Star Trekky something about it because they all had different colors for different
Sure.
roles. There was
Yeah.
like the scientists were all in a certain color, all the commanders were in a certain color, and and then they got the infantry or whatever they are.
Yeah.
The soldiers were in a different color. So I was choosing between that or picking up Dreams as a
Okay.
new theme to kind of go. Let me have a look at this. And honestly, yeah, it was like the colors and to be honest, that shark ship that just was like,
I
oh,
love that.
so
That's one of
good.
my favorites.
So
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, so I went with Dreams, and that's why I've then like built Dreams. I have entire Dreams streams. I do Dream streams.
Yeah.
So yeah, and where it's like a whole month, and it's like just new builds of
Okay.
all the Dream stuff, and
Yep.
yeah, and I've always championed it. I've said you've got new parts, new colors.
Yep.
New figs, which are amazing,
Yep.
new builds, and they're playable. You can break them down, build the second model. Some models, some of them have 3 different types of model, and yeah, I just think it's been a really fun, imaginative wave and a theme. And yeah, I think if it does get dropped, I think it's going to be a shame because
Yeah, I agree.
I think there still needs to be that. There needs to be a theme. Ninjago is one of them that's really good, but there needs to be a theme where kids aren't afraid to take the Lego apart and
Uh-huh.
make something else out of it and use the parts in their own way.
I
And I
agree.
think Dreams helps that by encouraging you to build different models out of the same stuff.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
I mean, 3-in-1s as well do that, but but yeah, but just the parts in Dreams just allows you to create such weird, fantastical monsters stuff and things out of it. So yeah, and I think it encourages you to think outside the box. I mean, you got a van that's a turtle. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
It's just so fun.
Speaking of the turtle, and I'm not going to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen the series, but I did not see that twist coming. So that was a good one. So
yeah, that is a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been one of those people here that I've been, I'll just say it, I've been harsh on Lego for losing the creativity and imagination aspect. You walk in a Lego store and it's all sets.
Mm-hmm.
There's maybe a small little shelf that has the boxes of pieces. Yeah. So with the Dream sets, they should have, in my opinion, tried to market it in a way where, yeah, okay, so it's a 3-in-1, but, you know, build something from your dreams, you know? I
Yes.
mean, use these pieces and come up with something of your
Mhm.
own, because it's the perfect opportunity to market
Mhm.
it that way. And it, rather than buying just a bulk bin of bricks that mostly are plates or tiles or stuff you can't build with, here's
Yeah.
a set that builds in different ways. You can build 2 or 3 different things, but now you can build your own things.
Yeah.
I think they should have ran with that, but I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I guess there's
I
a
think
reason
so
not to,
too.
but
I mean, it's like with I think with Lego as well, with the whole creativity thing. One of the things I've said about Animal Crossing, which I know a lot of people were super excited to get, and I know a lot of
yeah,
people who picked up pretty much every set from Animal Crossing. One thing that they're saying already, and it's only a couple of years old, is that the builds are getting stale because
yeah,
it's always a
yep,
three-sided building
yep,
with a bit of, you know, landscaping and then the
yep,
character.
yep.
And I'm like, okay, if I was in Lego, and much like how the game is itself, I would put together parts packs where you get
Yeah,
loads
oh
of
yeah,
parts and you can do different furnitures, different
yep,
windows, different doors, different, and you can properly customize the sets you've already got.
I agree.
And that then creates creativity because you're making those furniture, you're making the different pieces to put
Yeah,
it together. You know,
yep,
you can have some basic instructions on how to make a basic chair, but you get to choose the colors, the pieces, whether you're going to use a cone or a bar or whatever, and change it up a bit. And and I think that's some of the Lego's becoming a model company rather than a
yeah,
brick
that's
company.
yeah,
And and I think with Lego as well. I mean, I love big models. I've got so many
yeah,
18 plus sets
yeah,
to build. They're not built because I don't have the room for them. I keep picking them up.
but you have them. Yes.
Yeah, I got them. I got them right here. So, and I do love them because I
Yeah,
will sit there for hours and hours on end, just putting bricks together to create this fantastic finished piece at the end,
exactly.
which I love to do. Um, but I do think play sets are sliding down their priority list, and it shouldn't be. Play sets should always be at the absolute forefront of everything
Yeah,
that they do.
yeah, I agree. I agree.
Um, Yeah, and they just need to keep the kids engaged. And if they're
Mhm,
not going to do that, they're going to like age out
yeah,
their own
yeah,
customers because we'll stop buying eventually. I mean, I can't buy
mhm,
until I'm hitting the grave.
yeah,
I'll do it.
yeah. No, I agree. I mean, and in that aspect, though, and I know this is one thing that I think I probably had said at the beginning, but now I'm rethinking what I've said. Even something like the Death Slice Star,
Mhm.
whatever we want to call it, it is an 18 plus set, but they did incorporate play features. So
Yeah,
in a way, like that is a way to kind of showcase, like, okay, this is a model set and you spent way too much money on it. However, you can play with it. Which I guess kind of does add a value to it, because it is not just something that just sits there and you can
mhm,
move things and play with things and that kind of stuff.
yeah,
But it's still not what I'm getting at. I'm with you. The party packs, the add-on packs, the people packs. That's the stuff.
yeah,
I don't get why they're not doing it like they used to do it. The people packs. Why
yeah,
don't you sell those? Hey, 20, $30, and you have
yeah,
all these different side builds. You can, I mean, they they have to see the community and the cities that people build. And you
yeah,
don't think you would sell out of people packs or side packs? Like, I don't see where they're not connecting the dots there, you know?
yeah, yeah.
So,
I don't know, but when you see kids in the store, because I go in the store pretty much every time I
yeah,
walk past
yeah,
it, I
yeah,
have to
I'm
pop
with you.
in and have a
Yep,
look.
yep.
You see the kids in the store, they're always at the Build a Minifig tower.
Yeah, yeah,
Always.
yeah,
They smother that thing.
yep.
And then they're always at in the one that we've got, there is just a table and it's got some
Okay,
glued down plates, and then it's
okay.
just got a trough in the middle with just bricks.
Yeah,
Kids are there and they're at the Build a Minifig.
I
They're
agree.
not all up at the shelves going, "Oh, look at this box, look at that box, look at this box." They're not. They're all in the middle playing with the actual bricks.
But you know where the adults are.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're all looking at them, that wall of like that mid-wall range of looking in, going, "Oh, look at that model! Oh, look at that one!" So,
yeah,
yeah,
the ones with the
I
money.
think,
That's
yeah.
where we are.
So, yeah, but I do think, yeah, more for kids. Like, not saying Lego's moving away from kids, but they definitely need to keep the forefront of their focus on the child,
I agree.
not the adult.
Yeah.
To be honest, and
Yep.
adults, very nice add-on, you know, but you need to, if you don't get the kids hooked when they grow up, they're not going to care.
Yeah, I mean,
care.
yeah. So what a couple things I've heard, which has been a little disappointing. Like is I have the 2 Lego clubs, and like I
Mhm.
thought that's a very engaging place for kids to learn about Lego, and in the same breath, they're being you know brought there by their parents, so that exposes the parents to it as well.
Mhm.
You have the brick shows. You do have kids running through there.
Yeah.
I have heard that supposedly lugs don't get new sets, like pre-release sets anymore. Apparently they used to, which if a lug got a set and they were at a show, like we just at the we had the Ultimate Brick Show here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
We did a collaborative build of the Death Star,
Yeah.
and people flocked to it.
Yeah.
And so in my mind, it's like, well, why is that not good enough anymore? Like you're now like I built the Christmas tree at that show. I can't tell you how many people ask me about it. So
Yeah.
why is that stuff no longer a route you want to take, when to me it seems like you're really missing out on people in those positions showcasing your stuff,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's I've heard that, because I mean, I'm only part of like the national lug in the UK.
Okay.
I don't go to any local ones, but I have heard from members who are in the smaller local lugs that yeah, back in the day, we're only going back by 10 years or
Mhm.
so, that yeah, they were the ones who were pushing the new sets. They were the
Yeah.
ones who were getting all the
Yep.
offers and all the stuff. They were being really supported by Lego to, get people engaged and stuff. Now it's all social media
Yeah.
based, um, which is great in one way, but in another way really hurts, because if it's in a lug, like you say, it's there, it's physical, it's in person,
Yeah, exactly.
and not only the person who receives it gets to build it, everyone can sit and
Exactly.
have a bit
Yep.
of a community project, or do
Yep.
something with it. The kids get to be involved, the parents, everyone else. You give it to one person who's got a video, yeah, don't get me wrong, more eyes are going to hit it, but they're never going to experience the bricks.
No.
I mean, I can't imagine how many kids are just watching Lego content creators and
Yeah.
actually don't play with Lego. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there must be
Yeah.
loads of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because you have just said something that translated back to what we talked about a while ago.
Mhm.
The social media Lego aspect is the CGI of the movie industry, and the way they used
Yeah.
to do things with the lugs and putting the physical set out there, that was your physical
Mhm.
props.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually it'll turn around, or maybe they need to find a way to kind of mix them both in. But
Yeah.
I don't think that doing everything social media is the way to go, because not everybody has social media
No.
as well. So
Well, I mean, there's also currently, because I actually have someone who watches my stream, and he's got the same birthday. I spoke to him on my stream the last couple of weeks. He's been there.
okay,
He's turning 14,
okay,
same day as me. He's got the same
okay,
birthday, but he's in Australia.
okay.
They are going to have a social media ban for under 16s.
Wow, interesting.
So under
Okay,
16s, he might be able. He said in my stream, he said starting January 2nd, I think it is, or something, or sometime in January, it kicks into place. So
okay.
he might be able to watch, but he will not be able to comment anymore. And he actually said, "I'm sorry, I
Wow,
won't be able to speak to you." And I was like, "That is
wow.
fine. I understand."
Holy
So
cow.
yeah,
Huh. Okay.
yeah. I just said, "Look, I don't know the ins and outs of what's going on, but
Yeah.
maybe if your parents allow access or something, but I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know. But
yeah.
please don't feel like obliged. Don't feel bad or anything."
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And but he's a nice kid, and he's just popped up in chat and said a
That's a
few things.
shame. Yeah, I mean,
And
obviously
yeah,
there must be some reason for that, but yeah, I
uh,
mean,
but
that's
that's going to have an effect. I mean,
yeah.
all of Australia now under 16s. no longer allowed to
That's interesting.
consume all of that social media that's that's all linked to LAN members and new
Yeah.
sets and all that stuff.
Interesting.
They're going to have a huge drop off on their viewers from over there.
Interesting.
So
okay, now you're giving me something to look into here because now
yeah,
I'm,
you gotta
I'm
look into
curious.
that.
So, yeah,
Bring that up
yeah,
on one of your streams.
yeah. Okay, all right. Well, so since we're talking about Lego, so I have to know, was Lego a part of childhood, or was it a missing piece?
No. Lego, we had a tub. It was pretty much just a
Okay.
plastic tub with a lid,
Yep.
and it was just pieces. It was probably hand me down to us from cousins and stuff.
Sure.
But we just had a tub um, that we would just tip out, and you just a few base plates and mostly
Okay.
like 2x2, 2x4 bricks and one by stuff and some slopes, and that was it. And I always used to build just a house or something,
Yeah.
or a car, very basic, stuff. So yeah, so we had a tub of Lego growing up as a kid. Never any sets because even sets were expensive back when
Yeah.
we were kids. And even
Yeah.
I think if you compare prices, they're actually more expensive back then than they are today.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Lego sets were never a thing. I saw them. I loved all the ships, the pirate ships and stuff. We'd never had one, and I
Sure.
love like castle and the forts and things that that were available. Again, never had them.
Mhm.
I think growing up, we just had more of the figures, so Star Wars figures and
Okay.
like actual plastic play sets. I'm pretty sure I had like an Ewok village, but an actual physical plastic
Oh, yeah. Okay.
set rather than
Yeah.
the Lego version.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah. Plus, when Lego got Star Wars, that was '99, and I was just at the end of I left school in 2000. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yep.
yeah, so that would have been a bit later. I would have been my later teens, so I'd have dropped off on the Lego by then. So
The Dark Ages.
yeah.
Yeah.
Funny enough, though, I was always been in other stuff, jigsaw puzzles and little
Okay.
making things, always crafty things, something where you
Yeah.
make something from something
Okay.
else. I've always like 3D puzzles, Puzz 3D
Oh,
that we used
yeah.
to
Okay.
have. I used to
Yeah.
love those as well.
Oh, man, I
I used to
haven't
make
done one of
I
those
had
in a
the Big
while.
Ben in Puzzle
Yeah.
3D.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, so then, when and what brought you back into Lego then?
Not long after I moved back to this area, so back in 2010, I moved into a house share with some friends,
Okay.
and I was sitting there one day, and I was just like, I want a castle. I want a Lego castle because I always loved them as a kid, and I never had one. I
Okay.
want a Lego castle, so I went on eBay, found this secondhand Lego castle, and I think they sold it to me. I think it was like 35, 40 pounds, something like that. And it was this. It's called the King Siege castle, and I still have it.
Okay.
And it's a square, just a square one, 4 towers. It had a little breakaway wall piece, and it came with a dragon. But it also hinged open to be like flat
Yeah.
as well. You could
Okay.
take it out and make it flat. And I bought that. And I built it and I really enjoyed it and I liked it. And I put it out and I was like, yeah, I've got a Lego castle. And then sometimes people come around like, oh, you got some Lego? Like, yeah, it's nice. And for a good few years, it was the only set I had.
Okay.
But yeah, I got with Carl, my other half, and it was when the third Star Wars film was coming out.
Okay.
He was like, "Oh, they've got these sets and things," and I think I might have picked up one set or 2 sets in between, but he was like, "Oh, do you want?" I was like, "Oh, this looks cool. This looks cool." And I was really looking at like the Lego that was linked to, or was it the second or third film? I can't remember. Second or third sequel film for Star Wars. And there was some really cool looking sets coming out, like Kylo Ren's TIE Silencer and the Millennium Falcon, and stuff like that. And so Carl was like, "Oh, do you want me to get you some of these for like birthday or Christmas?" I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll have some of them." So I started to get a few Star Wars sets.
Okay.
So I got a few first, then I'd buy 1 or 2 more.
Okay.
And then a few years later, I saw that they were doing the Lego Titanic.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, I don't know. The Titanic is a ship that's always fascinated me. Like
Okay.
I love films about it. I love documentaries about Titanic.
Sure.
I've been fascinated with it. So when they announced that Lego Titanic was coming out, I was like, I need to get it. I need to get it. I have to have that ship. So, but it was like on back order, like instantly. It
Oh
was
yeah.
like on back order.
Yep.
So many people bought it. So I did the whole thing, like email me when available and stuff, and it came out. I think it was maybe like June 22. I can't remember when did I pick it up? 21 or 22, something like that.
Okay.
And it became available, and I was like, right, I'm getting it. And yeah, I spent a lot of money on that. Bought it.
Just a couple bucks. Just a couple bucks.
Just a couple. Never been built, by the way. Box is still in the. Yeah, it's still sitting there, not built, but I had to have it.
The box looks good.
Yeah. So I picked that up, and to be honest, I don't know. It's slowly snowballed a bit more, like.
Yeah.
And then I think once I was building more, getting a few more sets, building more, putting them out on display, started to fill up the shelf space, and then I started watching it on YouTube. I found YouTube, and it was people in Canada and America, because it was Brixie, one of the guys I started watching.
Yeah, I think we all started with him.
Yeah, so it was Brixie. I think Stud City was one as well. I saw him. And then I saw this German guy, Brickcrafts is what he does. And it's not sets, he just builds his own city.
Yeah.
And it's huge. It's a huge city that he builds. And he goes to like the Lego factory over there and gets like just the shovels of bricks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So started watching some of that. And then and watching it, and then getting more into Lego as like inside, like joining the insiders and all that and stuff, and start looking into just it in general, like finding out what an AFOL was and all this stuff, like educating myself through YouTube and through stuff like more into like the Lego scene in general. And then then I got to the point where I saw a lot of Lego, so I was like, why is it all like American? Why is it when I type Lego I get like American people all the time on YouTube? So I literally typed in Lego YouTuber UK in the search bar, and it came up with Greg.
Oh, interesting. Okay, and so that's where he came from.
That's when I was like, right, let's look at him and let's see what he's got. And I started watching a couple of his YouTubes, which were the Friday night streams. So yeah, and then I started watching those, and then I got more and more educated.
Now I'm not, I love Greg, and I know it's early, but I'm just gonna put him on blast here. He should be here watching this episode. I mean, you're up, and it's what? It's almost 3:00 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
So you support Greg every week, so he should be here watching.
I know he watches my streams on a Monday, so he does tune in. Bless it.
Greg's a great guy, and I believe I did stumble across you through London Bridge. I don't think I came across you first, but then obviously started watching you. And the unfortunate thing because we're with the 5-hour time difference, it is hard for me to watch those streams sometimes of yours because I'm still in my workday. And so to be live, I miss that interaction with you. And so like I have to rewatch things and not get that live interaction that I like. But then you make me feel bad because then you're coming in my streams at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. You're just like, hey, how you guys doing? And it's just like, I was like, oh, you're killing me here.
That's only on a Friday more normally. I can't normally, like on a Monday, I can't do it. I know that you've been doing the treadmill.
On Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays, I can't watch them live.
Yeah, that's
everyone's. It's a school day. I can't.
I know.
I'm very aware of the time I picked and stuff for my streams sometimes is an issue, but
Well,
you know,
I mean,
it is what
at
it
the end,
is.
yeah, I would say at the end of the day, that's the one thing about when you're doing something that you can record. I mean, you
Mhm.
just have to do what's best for you,
Yeah.
because it's your live. And unless you're doing something trying to become a big star and make a whole bunch of money off of it, you really
Mhm.
just have to do what's best for you because that's what works.
Yeah.
But if it is like a job, then you do have to cater more to the people watching so you can I'm sure that
Yeah.
that stuff matters. But yeah, so you started on London Bridge or London Calling. What year was that you actually started on the show?
I've been on the show for over a year now, so I started
Okay.
in, I wanna say 2024.
Okay.
Um, yeah, hang on. Yes, yeah, because it was after I'd met him at, it was after I physically met Greg at
Okay.
Brigtastic
Oh, okay.
2024. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd not met him in person before then. Um, so what happened with that was I started watching YouTube and seeing these streamers and Lego streamers and stuff. And I've kind of had it in my head that I wanted to do something on YouTube anyway for
Yeah.
myself as a hobby or something. And I did try. I did record a few videos, not on the current channel, Madlib channel, but on a previous channel of doing resin
Okay.
stuff with
Yeah.
epoxy resin and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but that takes a lot of time because you have to wait for it to harden and stuff and whatever. And
Oh, sure.
so, you know, so it's not like instant. Whereas Lego, you can just build right then and there
Yeah.
and
Yep.
have stuff done. So yeah, and the set that really pushed me into wanting to make my own YouTube was I did the Batman Shadow Box.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
I loved building that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
first
Yep.
off, again, movie relation, Batman
Yep.
Returns from 1992.
Yep.
Love that film. Absolutely adore that film. So there's a massive nostalgia link for me for that. Um, the figs you get in that are awesome. You got Max Shrek and Penguin and
Mhm.
Catwoman.
Yep.
And then the actual Batcave itself, it was such a new, unique
Oh, for
take
sure.
on something. And I was
Yeah.
just like, it looks to me, I was like, it looks brilliant. The logo on the front,
I
and
agree.
then the ability to open it, and then you get the whole cave. I was
Yep.
like, oh,
I
that's
agree.
great. Another one of those
100%.
I have to have it like
Yep.
moments.
I was same exact way. Yep.
So, so I built that, and with every bag I finished, I took a photo, um, and then I was messaging my friend Josh, who's often on my in the chat on my
Okay.
streams, and he's
Yep.
a work friend. Um, he's a friend outside work as well. But yeah, so I was messaging him because we're both comic book fans, and I was sending
Okay.
him the pictures, going like, "Oh, look, this is what bag one's done. This is what bag
Yeah.
two's like. This is what bag three's like." Um, and I built it over the Saturday and the Sunday, messaging him. And when it was finished, I was so pleased with it and so
Uh-huh.
happy. And I'd sent all these pictures to Josh, and I was just like, I wish I could have shared this with people
Oh, yeah.
because this was such a good build. This was so
Yeah.
much fun. And I was
Yep.
like, right, I need to do my own Lego YouTube.
Okay.
So then I was like, okay. So I created it, and uh, the name Madlib is actually I can't remember what the word is, but each letter stands for something.
Oh,
So
interesting. Okay.
yeah, so Madlib, Madlib, stands
Uh-huh.
for Martin Andrews Documenting Life in Bricks.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
Oh, I seriously thought it was a play off of the Mad Libs where I don't know, do you guys have where you fill in
there's
the
that
words?
game. Yeah. Yeah, I know there's a game. Yeah. So, but yeah,
Interesting.
yeah,
Oh,
but
that's really
obviously
cool.
throwing it in back to theatre as well, like ad-libbing is a
Yeah.
theatrical practice
Oh,
where you
that
throw
yeah, okay.
random
Yep.
lines into something. So, and it's improvisation and stuff. So I was like, but I want to create it. I want it to be a bit kooky. I want it to be a
Yeah.
bit like me. So I was like,
Oh,
yeah, okay. So yeah,
that's
so
funny.
we'll create that. And I was like, that word works. It works with this. I think the word's an acronym of what I'm doing. So yeah,
Yeah, okay. Yep.
yeah. So yeah, so Martin Andrews Documenting Life in Bricks is where my name comes from.
That is really
Um,
cool.
yeah. So I made that, and obviously I made the channel in 2023 because that's
Yeah.
where the 2023
Okay.
comes from. So yeah, so I've got that, and and I just started by doing like every other Lego YouTuber pretty much starts almost doing speed builds and then a review.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I built something and then I have a little chat about it. I built
Okay.
something, have a chat about it. And I did that for, I'd say about 6 or 7 months.
Okay.
Did that, and then I had somebody reach out because I was watching another streamer from the UK. It was called Family Bricks. He was Matt Elder.
Okay.
He used to do a stream on I think it was on a Thursday.
Okay.
I think it was a Thursday, might be a Wednesday or Thursday. He used to stream of an evening, so
Okay.
I'd watch him, and there'd be a few people. There was some people who crossed over who were like on his stream as well as then on
Yeah, sure.
London Calling on the odd occasion, like Nicole and people.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I'd go and I'd watch him, and I'd start chatting, and like people start to get recognized your name because you pop up regularly. Same with Greg on London Calling. I was chatting in the chat, and oh hey, how's everyone doing? And through their streams, through watching their streams, I learned more about conventions and such things like that went on, and lugs and everything. Because it's not like there's just a book about you like Lego. Here's a book about everything. So
should be.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, somebody needs to create a PDF and like
seriously.
send it out.
No books. I want a book.
Physical book.
Want technology.
Yeah, I'll print it. So yeah,
there you go. Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, so I learned a lot about stuff from watching their stuff, and then I started, as I say, just building and putting up videos of the builds, and then I started getting some of the CMFs as well, and doing like unbagging the CMFs and doing videos on that as well. I did 1 or 2 kind of vloggy things in between. As well, like how I wash the Lego if it's like dirty and stuff, and things like that. There wasn't too many of them, to be honest.
Yeah,
mostly builds.
Fair. Yeah.
But Matt Elder on bricking the Family Brick or whatever it's called, he basically saw that I was creating these videos, and he was like, "Oh, do you want to come on? Do you want to come on as a panel member? Like, do you want to come on and join the panel as a come in and see us?" So I was like, okay. And I think I'd done like 1 or 2 streams at that point where I'd literally just tried streaming with 1 or 2 other people, and it was like, okay, I'll come on. So I came on, and you always start off a bit nervous when you first stream, and you're like, I'm Martin, so yeah, but it makes it very welcoming and ease into it.
Sure.
And so I did do quite a few streams with Matt on Family Brick, and then those kind of petered out. Like Matt was having to move and do things, so they kind of like were put on pause. And he kind of did it in seasons anyway. He didn't like do
I see,
just continuous. He would do like a block, and then he'd have some time off, and then he'd do the next block.
Yeah, sure.
So it'd come to like the end of like his season, and he was like, right, we're gonna have a break, and then we'll announce when we're back. And I was like, okay, fine. I don't think he's, as far as I'm aware, Matt's not really planning to come back. I think other stuff has gone on, and he's just kind of doing his own thing at the moment.
Yeah.
So gone his own way, which is fair enough. Shortly after he finished, Greg asked me to join once or twice, just to go on and be on London Calling. And I was like, I could come on London Calling, because he did on occasion pop in to see Family Bricks as well and see what was going on. So I got asked on once or twice, and I was like, I'll come on. And popped on, and I was like, hi, again, hi, I'm Martin.
It's like an AA meeting.
Hi,
my name's Keith, and I have a Lego problem.
Hi, I'm Martin. I've got a few bricks. So I got asked to come on a couple of times, and it was fun, and I enjoyed it. And I was getting more involved in other people's streams and stuff as well. So I watched Matt Mellish like religiously whenever he was streaming on Twitch. I got to learn Twitch as well. That was the other thing, like finding out this other platform as well. So I kind of learned Twitch through Lego, not through gaming. I'd heard of it for gaming, but
Okay.
never really bothered with it. But then got into Twitch for the Lego community and the people who were
Okay.
specifically over on there. You know, and your name starts to show up on other people's things, and they start to
Okay.
recognize you, and they know who you are. So I started to get, I don't want to say a reputation, but you know, people start to know who I am.
Oh,
I'm
you
like,
you
okay.
have quite the reputation.
Yeah. Shh. So yeah, and then I don't know exactly at what point Greg kind of just was like, I'd been on a few times, about I don't know 3 maybe 4 times, and then Greg kind of messaged me and just said, how would you feel about coming on as more of like a permanent panel member,
Yeah.
like a
Okay.
regular, as he calls them, a regular panel member, like how Gaz, Minifig Who,
Yeah.
and the Brick Gods are.
Yep.
I said, yeah, yeah. I said, I can do that. And he says, yeah. He says, I really like your energy, and I really like your points of view on stuff. It's
Mhm.
like it's somewhat different to what he's already
Sure.
got. And I was like, okay, cool. So yeah. So plus we have a giggle, you know. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And I was like, yeah, yeah, sounds good. And by this point as well, I started doing my own streams
Yeah.
regularly. So I'd started streaming on Saturdays originally,
Okay.
but I wasn't getting as many viewers or comments. The chat was a bit quieter,
Yeah. Sure.
and there was something that was happening on Mondays, which is why I didn't choose a Monday. But then I switched. I switched one week. I was like, I couldn't do the Saturday, and I was like, oh, I'll do it Monday instead. And so I went on the Monday, and suddenly there was a lot more people watching on
Oh,
that
interesting.
Monday than there was
Okay.
on the Saturday. I was like,
Okay.
oh, okay, interesting. So I said, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to switch it to Mondays
Okay.
because I'm getting more interaction, I'm getting more viewers, and I
Yeah.
think it's just people getting home from work,
Mhm.
sitting down, having their dinners, and then just putting on a stream or whatever. And it just so happens I'm the stream they happen to put on now. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, fine. So that's great. And also, I always do that thing where it's a Monday. I'm like, right, let's beat the Monday blues. Let's just play with some
Yeah. Yeah.
Lego. You know,
Yeah.
like if
Yep.
you've been at work all day, boo, like let's go play with
Exactly. Yeah.
Lego.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know,
Exactly. Yep.
so you know, there's a bit of fun in it, and you know, yeah, and it that's where it kind of that's why I've stuck to Mondays, and then I got Madlib Monday. Obviously, it works
Yep.
alliteration and stuff, and I was like, okay, and I can start playing with it, and yeah, and making it my own, and yeah, it's become a consistent thing now.
Yeah. Okay.
So Mondays and then Fridays with Greg. So
Yep.
yeah, so it's just become a thing that I do. Like, and if I do have to miss it, I let people know. You know,
Mhm.
I've had plenty of messages when I've not been on. I have let people know. I've been like, "Oh, I won't be on Monday," blah blah blah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But then somebody hasn't seen it or whatever, and then I get a message on a Monday at 6 o'clock going, "Where are you? Why aren't you here? Why are you not on my screen?" And I'm like, "What? I told you I'm not. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going away. I'm off. I'm in Devon or somewhere. I'm not at home."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So there's only been a few. I haven't missed that many Mondays
Okay.
since I've been on Mondays, but it's been my channel's like over 2 years old,
Okay.
but the Monday streams have been over a year,
Okay.
well over a year and a half by now, and yeah, and the Friday streams with Greg has been roughly about a year or so,
Okay.
maybe yeah, maybe also roughly a year and a half ish, yeah, and yeah, and it's to be honest, it's just fun, and it's the best way I found. It's the absolute best way just to get engaged with community.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
yeah,
Yep.
like, and that's the biggest thing I've taken from all of this, you know, is the community part of the whole
Yeah.
streaming, being online, building, you know,
Yep.
because people, whenever people have asked me the same question, what do you want to see me build, or is it important that I build this or do this? I'm like, we come for you. We
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
come for essentially the Lego's secondary. We come
Exactly.
for the person,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Like Matt Mellish has, you know, messaged me in the past and gone, "How do you think if I was to stream this kind of a play set or like a bigger model set? Like, what's your feelings and stuff?" And I was like, "It doesn't matter what you're building, Matt.
Yeah.
We come because we like to engage with you,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
we like
Mhm.
to get your points of view and your opinions, and we like to chat with you in that range. And
Yeah.
I think it's the same with my stream on a Monday. It doesn't really matter what I build. It's just the being there and being and engaging with someone, and
Yeah, I
you know,
agree.
and having that conversation and chat, and and we talk about all sorts of things come up both on Monday Calling and on my streams. I do try to keep it lighter. I don't
Sure.
like to go into too much depth with politics and all that stuff,
Yeah, no,
because it's
yeah.
Lego, it's a toy, it's
Yep.
supposed to be fun, and there's also, like I've just said, there's younger kids, and you don't want to,
Yeah, exactly.
you don't want a 13, 14-year-old coming into your channel and you're going, the world is dying and economics and raw and doom and gloom, and they're just like, I only came for the bricks.
Yeah. Too bad, kid, you're getting it all.
Yeah. They're getting off your stream and popping a Valium because they're so stressed out, you know what I mean? Like, no.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
But yeah,
That's good.
so yeah, so I mean, yeah, just try and keep it light, family friendly, and just silly most of the time. And I love being silly. I mean, if you can't make a fool of yourself, that's the big thing about drama and theatre. That's coming back from when I was at college and uni. You can't make a fool of yourself. Don't be online. Don't be on the screen. Don't be on stage. Like, if you are not prepared to be silly or play the fool, sometimes you really shouldn't be on stage.
100%. And you know what? I give all the credit into the world. Happy holidays to you, Roman Bricks. I give all the credit in the world to people who make these incredible videos with the editing and all that kind of stuff. I admire them and all that. But from day one, I always said I'm going to be a live guy because that's who I am. And if you like me, you'll watch. If you don't, you don't. Plus, I'm not good at editing, so that kind of helps.
Yeah. So,
but what you see is what you get, and that's what I like. So that's how I've always been. Now, real quick, just to make sure, on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch, is it all the same madlib2023? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So anybody rewatching or watching now, madlib2023, go follow Martin on all three platforms. I'm gonna wrap up here in a minute, but there's two things I want to mention. First and foremost, for anybody who missed out, back in, was this July? The charity event.
Oh yeah.
NACOA, National Association for Children of Addiction. We had a charity event, and we were trying to raise money for the charity. And Martin, you know what? He just went all out and he said, look, if we get to a certain donation goal, I'm going to shave my beard. And what do you know? We got that. Martin went and shaved like a champ. And that was that. So look at it. It's back all in its glory. So that is on my YouTube. So if people want to go back, that is somewhere within the 48 hours. You can find that. I don't remember at what point that was, but Martin is there in a beard and then clean shaven. So thank you again for that. Just great stuff. That was good times. And then the other thing I want to mention out, if you want to talk about real quick, the soapbox that you do. If you just want to tell everybody about that.
Yeah. So beginning of last year, Lego released the City soapbox carts, the little soapbox carts, 2 sets of those where you get 2 in each cart. They're really cheap. Currently, you can find them on offer really cheap at the moment at certain retailers. And they also did the ramp, which I have here. They did the ramp as well, this set.
Such a good set. Yep.
And we saw this come out in January. It was January 1st release last year.
Yep.
And then a couple of us in chat were talking about, it just spurred up in a chat. It was actually a Maxine Bonnie Bricks chat. We were talking about, wouldn't it be fun if you could make your own carts? And we could do it, and blah, blah. And people could make the carts and bring it and race it down a ramp. We should do this for do this at like a convention or something.
Yeah.
And then Polar Bricks Andy, he took that and ran with it. He was just like, right, okay, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's just do it. So he then took the ramp and then basically built a bigger version of it.
Okay.
And in the space of January 1st, or whenever we spoke about it online, so early part January, probably that first week, to the end of February, we pretty much organized a community build challenge where people could come along, create their own soapbox carts, race them down the hill.
Okay.
And it's not the actual racing that's the part of it. Like that's just fun interaction.
Yeah.
But we then created an online competition where you would then you could submit your cart and
I
you
remember
would
this.
get voted out basically. So every
Yep.
day there'd be a vote each heat, each round. You get voted one of 4. If you go through, you get round to the next one.
Yep.
Right
Okay.
down, we whittle it down to the final one, and that final one would then get a Lego voucher
Okay.
and get deemed, champion.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that all kind of happened in the space of like 6 to 8 weeks. We just made it happen, and then like I created the Instagram page and did all the design work for that as well. And then I say Andy did the physical build at the show. It was really, really well received.
Oh, I bet.
People coming on, racing their carts and everything. It was a lot of fun, and people could leave their carts there as well, next to the build. Everyone who was walking past could see it, and yeah, as I say, it was really well received. And then after that, through like March and April, we then did the online competition part of it, where people got to vote on their favorite carts, and we got a winner after that. And yeah, and then we've decided this year to bring it back, even though those sets are retiring, so they will be gone by the end of the year. You can still create the small wheelbase yourself. You don't have to get the set. You can create a small wheelbase and create your own cart. But we're going to bring it back for this for this Bricktastic in February. The ramp is bigger.
Oh, nice.
Better. So yeah, I've seen pictures. It's really good. Like Andy's gone really, like he's gone above and beyond.
Nice.
So
well, he had time to prepare this time.
yeah. So Andy's created a much better ramp, much bigger. And the challenge is going to be out there again for people to build their own carts, bring them along. My part of the build is I need to build a little like photo stand so people can take a photo of their cart at the event on a specific stand. And that will be the photo that will go online for the competition.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So it will be an online competition again. And yeah, and this year I will be there to man the soapboxes as well.
Oh, nice.
So last year was a bit unfair on Andy. He had his huge, gorgeous mock that he did for Guardians of the Galaxy, but he also had this ramp to look after, and he was kind of torn between the two.
Dual duties,
yeah. So this year I'm the soapbox person. I will be there at the soapbox, making sure everyone's like signing up. There's an online form, and you submit your photos and everything to do that, to partake in the competition. To just come and race your race, that's fine. You just do it when you want. There's no sign up for that. You just bring it and race it. But if you want to enter into the online competition, there's an online form to fill in. But but we'll be bringing it back. He'll be there for Bricktastic 2026 in February.
Awesome.
Bigger and better and brickier than ever. That's what we think.
Awesome. I look forward to seeing the picture. I remember I was actually on London Calling, one of the episodes where you guys were doing the voting. And I remember that. And it was really cool to see the cars and whatnot. So I'll look forward to that again this year. Now, just to give people a heads up, what is the Instagram page for that?
Just Soapbox-tastic. Soapbox-tastic is what we've named it. So yeah, just look. If you look for Soapbox-tastic, you'll find it.
It'll pop up.
It'll pop up. Cool. Yeah, it's got a nice.
Awesome.
It's got a cool logo. Very nice logo. I designed.
Wonder who designed that one.
And last year we had a green background. We've switched color to make it different. So any participant will get like an event brick as well.
Oh, nice.
As long as they're available. We do have a limited number that we will have. But we also gave the little Lego trophy. So anyone who races will get a little Lego trophy.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
There you go. And it's something nice to hand out to kids as well. We're like, oh, you raced your race. Here you go. Have a trophy. Oh, thanks. That's cool. And we normally give out stickers as well. We can normally get some stickers made up as well and stuff.
Oh, nice.
So, it's just something fun for everyone to get involved with.
Well, it's I'm looking forward to seeing that, because like I said, I enjoyed it last year, and I'd look forward to see the content that comes out from the convention, from the actual races and whatnot. So that'll be fun. So anything else you want to toss out there, promote?
No, just tune in Mondays, 6 p.m. Madlib Mondays, on YouTube and Twitch. It's dual streamed. I will be on again this Monday. probably building something Christmassy.
Fair enough.
Hopefully.
And it's maybe a post birthday gift could be a build.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
They're
Yeah.
big though. They're not small. They're not small sets.
So maybe not. Yeah.
yeah.
If you in that pile right there.
If I'm going to do that 48-hour streaming thing that you did, then yeah, maybe.
That's fair.
Yeah, we'll build to Christmas. Good. Yeah,
that's
be
great.
Great. Yeah.
It's the build up to the Christmas in July. There you go.
That's it. Yeah.
All right, Martin. I appreciate you taking the time to stop by tonight. I know I kept you late into the wee hours of the morning here. Hopefully, you can get some sleep here. So,
no worries. It'll be good. I'll grab 40 winks later.
Oh,
I'll
good.
just sleep
All
at
right.
work. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay on the desk.
Yeah. Who needs that, anyways?
Yeah.
All right. I am going to send you the green room. Hang tight. I'll come back to say goodbye. But again, Martin Madlib 2023. Wish him a happy birthday this coming Saturday. That is December 20th. Martin, I will catch you in a minute. Okay. All right. That was Martin, aka Madlib. Again, please go follow him. He's not asking me to say that. I'm just coming out saying that he is a great person. He, just to give you some background here on any live streams, even before they go live, he is commenting on them, reminding people to like. Just amazing person overall. So please give him a follow. Check out all the content, and then make sure you check out the soapbox stuff coming up here at Bricktastic. If you can't make it, you can enter online with your cart with the online competition. You probably could even send your card over to have somebody else race it for you if you wanted. So I'm sure if you're interested in that, reach out to Martin. He'll give you the details. But with that, don't forget, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, this is the last episode of 2025. It was an honor to have Martin as my last guest of 2025. I will be back Thursday, January the 8th. So we're taking a little 2-week break. I look forward to seeing everybody at that point. But that is a wrap for tonight. If you don't mind, please hit the like button, subscribe to follow along, and ring that bell for any future content. As always, thank you so much for watching. And don't forget, if we brick together, we click together. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and a happy new year. See you guys.